There we go. Hi. Happy Thursday. I guess. Just kidding. Why does it sound? No, no metal. Ow. I'm gonna have to. I should add that to tits, so an actual metal pipe falls on my head. Oh, hi Shiri. Hi Sun. Hi Lexi. Hi Sen. Thank you for the head pat. At least that'll get rid of the concussion a little bit. Hi Tanner. 115. Or I gotta finish your art. Both of them. What's everybody been up to today? We're almost at the end of the week. That's exciting. For all my weekend enjoyers. I haven't really done anything, I don't think, since Tuesday. I still haven't finished my book. I procrastinated. And I think there's only like maybe a chapter left. Oh well. Maybe I'll finish it today. I don't know. I played a little bit of Minecraft yesterday. I played some Repo with my brother and friends. That was a good time. Sorry, I got into a fight with my nephew. Not really a fight. He just was throwing a tantrum because he didn't want to go to school. Per the usual. Oh, I moved my desk. So now it's like different. Now it looks like more like a little office space. But now the wall next to me feels so blank. I need to get some posters up there or something. It's so empty. But yeah. As the stream title says, we gotta find a new game to play because we finished Psychonauts 1 and 2. Now it's like, what do we do? Who are we? What do we play? Let me see. I gotta pull up Steam. I gotta pull up the Steam library. Doom? Doom! I did get all the Bioshock games, so we could play Bioshock. I haven't played it in forever. Last time I played it was on the Xbox 360. So it was a while ago. And then we got rid of that. And now I just have the Bioshock game in my library? In my bookshelf. Just sitting there, watching me, tempting me. I also have the Persona. I have Persona games. Let me see. Somewhere maybe. I have Persona 5 Royal. We have one Persona game. That would take a long time to finish. If we do the one stream a week. So it's really up to y'all. Unless there's other games you guys are interested in. I mean, I can maybe share my library or something. My back's been hurting. I feel like I slept wrong and it's been hurting weird. Just like one side of it, which is sick and twisted, actually. But I guess, do we want more like a horror game? I mean, it can still be a horror game with a story. Because we also have like the Quarry. Into the Pit is never happening at this point. We do also have Into the Pit. But I don't know. I feel like we could save that for like Halloween-ish times. If people want, we could play Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit. It's just been chilling there, you know? The DBD FNAF collab? You're right. I guess, yeah, we could. What else I got? I don't know. I've got like a hodgepodge of games. Steam thinks I should play The Quarry, Persona, or Into the Pit next. Or Left 4 Dead 2, but that's not even like a story game, really. I think there's like a story mode, but like not like not like a story, you know? I still got some like other like smaller random games. I got one called Moon Hunters. It's like a little pixel game, it looks like. I guess we can watch like trailers and stuff. I can also show you my Steam library, I guess. I don't have anything sussy in there. You guys want to say the Steam library? We can change over to the Steam library. We can look at the Steam library together. Me. Maybe in the drawing. What is this song? What does it sound like for it's a little bit? Let me see here. I don't think there's anything I can't show you there, so I think we're good. Boom! Voila. The Steam library. I'm sure there's a better way to show you everything. This is just recent games. All games. Unlimited games, but no games. There we go. It's probably easier. We have Baldur's Gate if we want something really long. I've never finished Baldur's Gate. Ashen Forest is another one I just got. What's this one about? It's a roguelite action RPG, apparently. That's what it looked like. Trying to see here. We've already played that one forever ago, so you guys weren't here. Some of you weren't here. So yeah, there's Bioshock. We could play Bioshock. If you guys are interested in Bioshock. We have the 3 games. We could try to finish Dead Space. We could restart Dead Space. That's something you're interested in. And then I know this one technically has a story, but we haven't really tried it. Good old casting of Frank Stone. Chernobyl. Code Vein. We could play Code Vein. Never finished that one either. There's some sussy games. That's, I think, a sussy game. Don't worry about it. Code Vein. Code Vein! Don't look at it, Shuri. Don't worry about it. We could play an otome game. We could play a dating game. We could date some boys. I've never finished this game. I think it's got like, oh my god, why is it so loud? It's got like 70 hours of gameplay and I've never played it. Howdy, howdy, howdy! How are you? What are ultimate games? It's games where you date boys. It's games directed at women, so usually there's like different love interests and stuff. Like Love in Deep Space, pretty much, is an otome game. This game is so old. Doing good, good. I'm doing good too. I took a nap. I woke up like, what time is it? I guess like an hour ago. Oh my god, there's a cat boy. Fuck dating games. We go kill things in vain. Alright, Shuri wants Code Vein. Yeah, it's just games that I have because I don't have games. I don't have game money. So that's one of them. That's a dating game. Where were we? What's that one? We have House of Ashes. I don't. So I have played this one. It looks like I think I played it forever ago. Devil in Me, I have played. Dead Space, we still gotta finish that at some point. You can't be this lonely. Lonely? What do you mean lonely? I'm lonely? Why am I lonely? What happened to me? Also, hi, Red. Let's see. Don't scream. Not technically. Most people who play ultimate games are introverted, lonely people. I just like hot men. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably very introverted, but I also just like hot men. Dragon Age Veilguard. I still gotta finish that, but we could start our own save. Dream Daddy. That's so old. I think I got that when it came out. We'd pretend this one doesn't exist. Euro Truck Simulator. FNAF. There's 4 FNAFs. I love the top clippers. It's both theory. It's from the headliner stream, I'm pretty sure. That has a demo. Yeah. If that is acceptable. Of the devil. The devil will take your demo recommendations. Ghost Watchers. What is this? Have I played this? Apparently. 3 years ago. Oh, I think it's just like... Okay, I know I remember that one. Ginkgo. I think we played that. Yeah, we played that. Of the Devil? Oh, okay. Let me see. Is it on Steam? Or is it its own thing? Oh, it is on Steam. Okay, let me see. Of the Devil. What's this about? Let's see. This is like Danganronpa-esque. Get a killer lawyer. Danganronpa meets Ace Attorney. Oh, literally nice. Okay. Using your killer insight. That's an option. It looks cool. I'm sure it'd be only a little frustrating for everybody. Because I'm so good at puzzles, right? Alright, that's an option. Let me have it to... We'll just put it on there so I don't forget it. Excuse me. Let's see. Ebe. We could play Ebe. Bless you, thank you. Bless you, thank you. Bless you. Or curse you? I always get it mixed up, man. I don't know. What else we got? Kitty Powers Matchmaker. Dude, I spent so much time playing that. For what it is. Little nightmares. I will offer Doom 2016 as a game. We're looking for more of a story game. I think I know maybe Doom has a story, but I feel like it's mostly just shooting things. We never finished the medium either. Monster Hunter. I still gotta finish Wilds too. Mouthwashing My Beloved. I just realized you guys still can't hear the music. Oopsie, there you go. Near. We never finished Replicant. We can always play Replicant. Never finished Amari. We can play Amari. Mouthwashing My Beloved. Really, real. I just want to see Yuri break her own kind. That's sick and twisted. Another Otome game? Our life? um, let's see. Persona, there's Persona. Pizza Tower, I love you, Pizza Tower. Power Wash, Project Winter, Project Zomboid, Psychonauts, My Beloveds. The Quarry, I've never played The Quarry. We could play The Quarry. That one should be pretty short, I think. If you want to be emotionally destroyed, I remember I started playing it like when it came out, and then I had to grind, and I was like, man, I don't want to do that right now. And then I never picked it up again. So we could. I still don't know anything about it, really. I've avoided all spoilers. Resident Evils, but we've already played these. And these. Sally Face. I love Sally Face. We could play Sally Face. I love Soma. Soma, my beloved. Spirit Fair. I also never finished that one. Stray, my beloved. Stray was good too. Summer of 58. I think that's just a short one. If we want to do some short games. Undertale. We could replay Undertale. It's been forever. I haven't played Undertale in so long. That's all I got. That's all I got, really. I got Yakuza and Zero Time Dilemma and the Nonary games. And this is what Steam thinks I should play next, apparently. The Quarry. Wait, no, I haven't played The Quarry. The Quarry, Persona, or Five Nights at Freddy's. So if there's anything you want to throw your hat in for, I know Dual Paradoxes wants of the Devil. If you really want to get lost in the puzzle sauce, those are puzzle heavy. The puzzle sauce. The sauce of puzzles. The Walking Dead! We could also do The Walking Dead. I completely walked over it. Haha, get it. We could do The Walking Dead too. It's the definitive series, so it's the whole game. I've only ever seen the first game. I think so. I can't remember. We could play The Walking Dead. So we've got Of the Devil as one of them. Son, do you have one you like more than the other? I've never played The Walking Dead, actually. Just, I watched the Let's Plays of the first game, pretty much, and that's it. So, you know. We could do The Walking Dead. That's me too, 2H. I saw Let's Plays of the first part like forever ago, right? Like when it came out and everybody played it. Then I was like, wow, cool, yeah. Same with like The Last of Us. I only ever saw the first game. And then I never watched anything about the second game. I just know, I guess, spoilers about it. So, if you have your votes, throw a vote in. Throw a vote in for the game you want to play that I have. Because we're poor. By poor, I just mean we're unemployed. I don't have money for games. Unlimited games, but no games type deal. You feel me? Minecraft story mode? Minecraft has a story mode? That's crazy. So if you have something you want to throw your vote in for, let me know. Let me know. We can also look on itch.io, I guess, for games. If there's games on there that anybody likes. It's gone forever, wait from all stores. Is it real? Rav, thank you for the 3-stream streak. No Doom. No Doom, Sherry. Do I have anything neat on Epic Game Store? Epic. Maybe I should have made like a Google Doc for y'all to submit games. We're having Epic. We've got Ghostwire. I never finished that one either. But then I just started playing it by myself because I was like, I like this game. I don't think people like to stream about this game, but I like this game. Devil May Cry? I've never played a Devil May Cry. We've got Transistor and Oxenfree on Epic. Or one called Close to the Sun, but I think I streamed that forever ago. Like when I first started streaming. Same with the Abzu. I really liked Abzu. It was a good game. Back in the olden days of Baby Ori. Yeah, I do like Transistor. Transistor's a good game. The Man from the Window would be a good short one. Oxenfree is fun. Dude, I love Oxenfree. Oxenfree, my beloved. Thank you for the headband. The Man from the Window? Is that on Steam? Or is that on Itch.io? It's on here. The Itch. The Itch. Should get that checked out. Just kidding, just kidding. The Itch. Oh, mine back. What do we want? What do we want to see? My eye got itchy. My water's so sour today. What's up with that? The Itch. What are we throwing our votes for? What kind of game do we want? Do we want to see me suffer through puzzles? Do we want like a longer story-ish? Do we want something from the Itch? I like puzzles. I have my times with puzzles. I like the puzzle. I like the good puzzle. So we can do something like of the Devil or the Nonary games. Or Bioshock. Bioshock isn't puzzles. Or Walking Dead. I'm just gonna dance. Why is that so? I feel like I added too much powder, but it says to use the whole stick, the whole packet. Liquid IV. Liquid IV, you fool. You hater. Of me specifically. Dude, I keep getting like awful mucus stuck in my throat. What the hell is up with that, man? I'm so sorry if that's gross. Should I come up with a poll? Right? Do you think it's allergies? I feel like. Do you think it's the pollen? But I feel like it's been happening to me a lot, even before allergy seasons. What's up with that? It's been happening to me for like a while now, and I hate it. I've tried a humidifier. I've tried an air purifier. I've tried drinking more water. I've just been dying out here. Dude, I feel that. I had to buy Mucinex. I'm so over it. Like, please, please evict them boogers. Evict that mucus right out of there. I'm just gonna make a poll with a couple games. We'll do Code Vein for Sherry. Of the devil. Of Ted Devil. Fucking dead. No, I'm not the wrong one for myself. Put it for like 2 minutes just because I can. Pachoo. It's the only games I can think of right now. So hi, Dippity. I don't know if I said hi, but hi. Of the Devil, Walking Dead. 50-50. There's a cat in front of my face. She thinks this is her time. This is my time. Just kidding, I care her, Your Honor. It's a 3-way tie right now. I don't think Code Vein is winning, at least. I thought this was Peso Pluma, but it's not. Oh, it is Peso Pluma. And somebody else. I didn't care what you expected. Expected democracy. I guess this is democracy. Everyone's voting for what they want. I need a tiebreaker. Should have added multiple votes. Did you not know the vote is riggable? I did. It's always been riggable. Well, at least we know it's definitely not Code Vein. What are the people into right now? What are the games that people are playing right now? I'm behind the times. Tito Double P when he was in town recently. No, I didn't. The last concert I went to was Tyler. I wanted to go see Double P. Puro doble P. Ad time is over. Welcome back from the ads. Okay, so at least it's not Code Vein, I guess. What do the people want? What do the people want to play? What do the people crave? Hello, people. What do you crave? But if I just do like a TikTok when they're reading Reddit stories in the back, I'm just gonna open up Minecraft. We could do the demo for of the devil, and then maybe give people a little more. Sen loves this song. I only know the Mimi part of the song, and then I only know it for the one Twitch streamer who was singing the one part of the song. I guess. We can play the demo. While people figure out what they want in life. And by life, I mean streams. But you would just have to know that it may be a bit before we can actually play the game. Excuse me. Pues linda para verte, tú que me estás con suerte. Ugh. My water needs more water. I'm downloading Of the Devil demo. Yippee! Helldivers and Baldur's Gate are looking at me with their updates, updates needed. What have you guys been playing lately? I've been playing as Psychonauts. And of course, Love in Deep Space. I forgot to do my Love in Deep Space dailies yesterday. Damn it. I'm gonna have to use diamonds for that now. Damn it. Dude, Love in Deep Space better chill the fuck out. As soon as I got a job, I'm wailing. I've missed out on so many cards now. FF9 a bunch lately? How's that? Is it fun? I've never played a Final Fantasy. Except like a little bit of 16. But MMOs are hard for me to get into. Turns out these Final Fantasies are good. Who could have known? Who could have predicted such a thing? Final Fantasies? In my vicinity? I couldn't think of a word. Final Fantasy would be fun to play someday. Have people heard of these? Are people talking about these? Do people know about Final Fantasy? It feels pretty low key, pretty underground. I don't think anybody knows about these fantasies. We should tell some more people. Did you know? Did you know those guys weren't just from Kingdom Hearts? They had their own thing going? That's crazy, isn't it? Isn't Kelly Uchis going on tour soon? Is it done downloading? We're at 76%. We're at 76% and then we can play the demo. And we can suffer through puzzles. Well, you'll suffer. I'll just be existing. Since you can emulate them pretty easy. Oh. Oh. Stealing a game? I would never. I know this might not be important to a lot of people, but the company who came out with Dramatical Murder, I think, is releasing a new game. I was reminded because you said about emulating, and I remember all the suffering I had to do to play Dramatical Murder. I wonder if they've come out with it yet. Getting bullied into picking a mod pack for Minecraft? Ayo? Good old Dramatical Murder. Love that thing. I think I liked it. Let me see. Because I know they were releasing something. But I'd just be liking anything, man. I need to chill out. And then I bookmark it because I'm like, I don't want to lose this. And then I just have a million things bookmarked that I don't need. Hi, Raph. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you? Where is it? Where is it? Spike Chunsoft. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person. No, it is. Right? No. Right? No. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Am I thinking of the wrong thing? You're thinking of the wrong thing. Spike Chunsoft is Danganronpa, isn't it? So maybe it's the people who made Danganronpa. Oh, it is the people from Danganronpa and the Somnium Files. You're okay? That's good. I'm glad you're okay. Happy Thursday. Damn. I got excited for more dramatical murder type things, but it wasn't even that. I deceived myself. Okay. I heard it was by the Danganronpa folks. I think so, yeah. Oh, I think it's done downloading. Let's play this demo. Maybe. Bad cat. She's leaving me. She was standing in front of me this whole time. Walking around like she owns the place or something. Can you scoot over? Can you scoot over? Can you open on the other screen, please? Can you be kind to me, specifically? This is a work of fiction. Yeah, I would expect so. I hate when games don't listen to the shift move. I guess we'll just do full screen window. Since you don't want to listen to me. Let me get this set up. But a thin Spanish ass accent. Of course, it's set up now. Alright. We're ready. We're ready for games. Why is my caps lock always on? I feel like my caps lock is always on. Someone help. Let's go over here. Buenos dias, everybody. Let me turn this up so I can hear. And then let's play some music and let's play a demo. New case. I think everything else is fine. By episodes. So there's only one episode out, really. A belated Buenos dias to you too. Thank you. Buenos dias. Of the devil. Forgot to get game audio. There we go. Rain sizzles of neon above me. The summer shower creates a noted uptick in the flickering of holograms down the street. I'm right in front of the words. Why does this always happen to me? And a slight blunting of the night's ambience. Yes, yes, of course. Emphasis on slight. Why are we emphasizing slight? Lights, cameras, and constant noise. And yet the only noise is rain. It's okay, I'll accept it. This city's got insomnia. This feels like a noir. Like noir detective. This city's got insomnia, with the uneven heart rate to prove it. There's no escaping the secondhand nervous energy of it all, but I'm plenty acclimated. That's the vibe, yeah? Nice. Just a wave of worries cresting on the surface while I hold my breath deep below. Besides, a microdose of nightlife anxiety suits my mood just fine. Alright, I see you. Because if I'm not careful, this client of mine's gonna die in jail. That's a little dramatic. I mean, I guess. I don't really know the world you live in. Morgan. Oh my god. Criminal attorney. Sorry, my throat is dry. It's hard to get away with murder these days. People are still presumed innocent, at least on paper. But by the time they're in cuffs, there's hardly any shadows of doubt left. Alright, I see you. Because this whole world's lit up, mapped out, never unknown, and always online. Chronically online, gotcha, just like me. Whether it's incandescent or neon or hollow, whether it's LCD, LED, or just the nearest phone screen, there's light shining on every last pixel of the map. Alright. And someone's always watching. I mean, that's true. Anyone can take a video of you. Solitude's a rarity, anonymity is scarce, and criminal defense attorneys aren't exactly flush with customers. That doesn't seem real. So you take whatever clients you can get. You don't balk at public defender work, no matter the hour. I mean, you can always be a different lawyer. I mean, who am I to judge what you want to do? And should you find yourself in one of the last dark, quiet corners left in the whole world, well, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Okay. Alright, Morgan. Alright. Not that there's much else I can do until... My phone! Counselor, your public defender contract has been approved. You are expected at the 254th precinct. Present your ID at the door to enter. Arrive at least 15 minutes early. But I'm never early. The only time I'm early is if I leave like an hour early, so I have time to get lost, you know? I need time to get lost. Phew. I'll try. Heart. Looks like the paperwork came through. It's nearly 3:15 now. 90 minutes since I took the job. Alright. Probably makes it about 2 hours since they finally got smart enough to ask for a lawyer. If they're really smart, they'll have used that time to get some rest. I guess sleep is important. It's always good to have your full 8 hours. I don't do that. Because now that I'm here, things are going to get busy. I love how serious she is in her internal monologue. Monologue? But then in the text it's just, okay, hard. Of the Devil, episode 0. And he shall appear. No. No, I need my tutorials. I don't know what the hell's going on. What the hell? Suspect not found. Precinct 254. Who broke the screen? What the hell? It's a goddamn ghost town. With nothing but a hologram for a welcoming party. I'm here about a homicide. High clearance rates be damned. I think they treat it with a little more gravitas. You're so dramatic. I love that about you. Also, I'm in your way. I'm gonna have to put myself all angled crazy style. But whatever. If I'm that unimportant, they've got no right to complain if I take my sweet time getting checked in. They said 15 minutes early! And I should take my time. Information's like cash in my line of work. You gotta spend it to make it. And if you're flat broke, No one will give a shit what you have to say. Unreal. This is so sad. So let's see if I can't poke around and shake some change loose. Heads up. Press escape and click the phone icon in the top left to access the pause menu. Okay, cool. You can toggle an auto text advance, a key, or check reread. Okay. Use mouse to look around for points of interest that you can click on, or press space to find them automatically. Cool. You'll earn credit for investigating anything and everything you can. Credit is both a measure of your information gathering skills and your own credibility. Cute. So don't go broke. I feel broke. This is a data pad? A bite. Even when they're more advertisement than article, they can still be informative. In a flowery, roundabout, corporate propaganda sort of way. Keep an eye out for articles in the environment. They offer insight on the world around you and credit towards your investigation. Articles are added to your phone's reading list after you first read them. Choose the proper takeaway after reading them and you'll earn additional bonus credit too. Subway fixes axed. City to refocus on canopy. That's a lot of reading. Declaring the subway tunnels to be irreparably flooded, city engineers announced this week that all plans to drain and repair the system are being suspended indefinitely. Saltwater damage to sensitive electronic cabling, erosion of key tunnel fixtures were cited as response for why 89% of the subway system was— oh my god, this is so much. I'm sure this is important to me. Hello? There we go. It appears you have 0 free articles remaining this month. Please verify your account. Okay, my bad. No more free articles, I guess. Ballsy of them, putting the paywall there. Dude, fuck a paywall. I hate paywalls. Since we're on the Danganronpa-esque life here, I remember when the only way to like consume Danganronpa was with a bunch of YouTube videos and just text, like on a forum type thing. And I remember like maybe once a month or so the forum would hit a paywall and then I couldn't read Danganronpa. It was painful. As if I'd reach for my wallet after having to read a word like aesthetical. Besides, I get the gist of it. The takeaway is the city will be focusing its efforts on the canopy. Nice. Guessing always worked. Fucked up dude, right? I was just trying to get into this hot new thing, Danganronpa. I think I mentioned it before, but I used to have a Danganronpa RP blog. But it was Danganronpa to the left, if that makes sense. So like when the anime first came out, people would watch live streams together, and there was like a show that would play before the anime. And I remember one time when I watched it, there was like an old man who died for some reason. And so I made an RP blog about the man who died on the show previous to Danganronpa. So, not Danganronpa, but also Danganronpa. There will be increased scrutiny surrounding the canopy now that there's no plan B. It's a massive project with a massive budget. Lines the pockets of a lot of people, big and small. None of them would appreciate bad press at the moment. Not when Consummate Long's already thoroughly chummed the waters. No. An actual police lineup? It's like I walked into a museum. Though museums tend to feel expensive and clean. Dude, I haven't gone to the museum in a while. I want to go to the museum. I want to go to the Nature and Science Museum. I love that place. I love to learn. I used to go there to just draw shit sometimes. The museum is sick. I love the museum. Dusty, forgotten, probably lots of unpacked boxes. The homicide department's more like an attic. I love the museum. I love the art museum. I love the Nature and Science Museum. These are not museums, but I also love the aquarium and the zoo. I haven't been to those places in forever, man. I want to go look to the aquarium. I want to go look at some fish. Hard to believe they were ever so busy that they had witnesses making IDs in the lobby. The taxidermy exhibits, the space exhibits, the geology exhibits, the body exhibits. I don't know if they still have that. But that was my favorite part of going. And then sometimes they have a murder exhibit, even if it's a little bit extra, but it's still fun to go. I like I think it's the rainforest one. I don't know if that one was temp at the nature and science one, but I liked that one. And then they had like little poison tree frogs. But then they'd be like, but these ones aren't poisonous. They're only poisonous because of what they eat. And I'm like, hell yeah, brother. I love these little guys. I want to go to the museum. Then again, it's hard to believe they were ever doing lineups in the first place. Are you certain? Wasn't it dark? Did you know that during traumatic events, memory formation is blah blah blah? I did know. Poking holes in that setup must have been like shooting fish in a barrel, and all during billable hours. There's no room to sound out anymore. Not when a modded witness can just submit their testimony as a video recording. A modded witness? What the hell's a modded witness? Assuming their phone didn't automatically file a police report for them. Oh my god, that's crazy. This is like deep state Big Brother watching. What else we got? High traffic hallways, utilitarian furnishing, multiple screening stations. Pragmatic brutalism. So textbook it could teach freshman level architecture. Is it? I didn't know. I don't know architecture, man. I just be looking at things and I'm like, yeah, it looks nice. I like that. I learned about some guy who makes houses, who used to make houses, and like a really long time ago. And all his houses are like designed really cool, but apparently they all have leaking problems. And apparently if you moved into one of his houses, he would also like come visit to make sure you didn't move the furniture around, which is weird. Couldn't I just like not have him come over? Can almost hear the buildings drone on and on about concrete and iron hard right angles. The civil planning equivalents of battle scars. From a fight won so long ago that they're starting to look ridiculous. Can't deal with that kind of... What if I want to move my furniture around a little bit? What if I want something new? What if I need to refresh my space? I say, having refreshed my space recently. I'm sure it was all very imposing back when it was built. But walking in here now with crime rates where they are, feels like a hospice ward for heavy-handedness. Oh, that's why she was saying there's like no money or whatever, because shit just be getting reported automatically, I guess. Alright, cool. Is there anything else to examine? I guess just you. The medium's cracked in the corner. Looks bad, but my phone's made of the same stuff, and I'm rolling the dice every time it falls off the sofa. Me too, but I have insurance. So if it breaks, I could just get it replaced. Which is why I don't use a case, and I never will. I hate cases. I hate screen protectors. Oh, I might get a screen protector if I ever do have to replace my game again. What's my cat fighting? Do you hear her? Hello? Who are you fighting? My other cat? Don't be an asshole. They're fighting. Noni. Why is she being so mean and so rude to you? Why does she's so mean and so rude to you? Don't let her do that. Yuri is on the mic. I be on the mic sometimes. I'm good. How are you, Drowsy? Hi, Drowsy. Don't be mean. Don't be mean to the baby. She's older than you, but she's so baby because you bully her all the time. Sorry, my cats. Looks bad, but my phone's made. Yeah. Could probably null the warranty on one of these things with a loud sneeze. At least it's not broken entirely. Even at this hour, it's still dutifully scrolling through its notifications. 4-day weekend ahead of me. Basically, I have to sleep until like the last hour of work today. Hell yeah, dude, but 4-day weekend! I can't wait for you to have a 4-day weekend. I hope you enjoy it. Looks like the usual 1-to-1 ratio of public health alerts and inoffensive pop culture trivia always gets served at state buildings. Why are they giving me pop trivia at state buildings? There's a few missing persons too. A monster sadly before work today? Why sadly? What kind of monster? 1 year of silver plan coverage courtesy of Caduceus? Caduceus? It's Caducus. Caduceus. Pacific Punch? Nice. Like the only one I drink real. I like the lemonade one, the rehab ones. Those ones are my favorite. Because they're not bubbly. They're not gassy, so I can down them faster. Silver's no joke. Family must be getting desperate. Alright. Taking in all the scenery and learned as much as I can here. Time to get checked in. Oh my god, the desk. I love the desk. Look how cute she is. Booted up fine, so far so good. Good morning! Morgan here for the public defender contract. Some Dominoes for dinner. Dude, I love Dominoes. There's a lot of Dominoes and Little Caesars haters out there, but, you know, I don't accept that. I can get a large pizza and some crazy bread for like 20 bucks or less at Little Caesars. So, and Domino's, well, I miss when it was easier to get a free pizza there. That was the shit. But I still like Domino's. Thought it was Friday already while in the shower and I was like, shit, it's almost 6. It's gonna take like an hour longer to get here. At least now it's Thursday pizza. Check your phone for little entries on characters. Oh, okay. Like, they don't deliver. They deliver usually through like food delivery apps. Like through DoorDash, they deliver. That's how I've gotten it delivered before. Oh, notifications. I hate those. Oh my gosh, she's as tall as me! December 26th. Oh, right after Christmas? I'm so sorry for you. Blood type AB negative. Wait, none. Criminal defense attorney. Puzzles, smoking, wooden furniture, commercials, hairdressers, jogging. Why do you dislike hairdressers? I mean, I don't go to the hairdresser, but that's just because I'm paranoid, so I just cut my hair at home. Can fall asleep in any position. Mood. Coffee? Decaf. Decaf! Okay. Drink? Whiskey sour? Okay, I mean, I don't judge. You do you. Gonna order myself some crazy bread. I ain't gonna drive through that construction. Let's go. Subways. Oh, that's what we read earlier. Text message? Oh, we're just learning. I just hate notifications, so I gotta get rid of them now. Lock phone. Backlog. Oh, lock phone. Oh. Could you please provide your name and... Great! Please stand still for a moment. I wouldn't call Intake Hollows charming, more like harmless. But she's cute, look at her. She's just a little guy. City builder game, so I was playing like a new city design in my head at work. When I had downtime, I planned on Scrapwood. Oh. Never played city designer games. Sounds fun though. It's probably what the designers were aiming for. People don't mind a quirk or two in their text as long as it never speaks out of turn. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble placing you. Could you please provide your name and date of birth? So far so good, was it? Scan my card, right? That'd be the easiest thing. Say, why don't you just scan my ID card? Great. Now, could you just confirm your date of birth for me? Oh my god. Brother. Engage my brain a bit more recently. That's good. Apparently, this is a like Ace Attorney Danganronpa type. Allegedly, it will hurt our brains because I'm bad at puzzles. I think. Why do they even bother asking? My birthday's on the damn ID card in my profile. I'd have to be world-class airhead to get this question wrong. No problem. My birthday's. I just checked this, so I know. December 26th. Perfect. Good morning, Morgan Counselor. Thank you for your timely arrival and for taking on this public defender contract. If you're ready to speak to your client, you can proceed to counseling quarter 3C. Is that what we're calling it now? You mean the interrogation room? Hey, cálmese! Calm your ass! What do you think you're growling at me? What do you think you are? Hmm? You hear that? You hear this naughty behavior? What the hell is your damage? Are you done? I was letting you chill in my lap so that the other cat doesn't attack. Were you the one growling at her maybe then? She's so grumpy for why? It's because I'm holding her in my hands right now. She's being a big old grump. She's being a big old... She's pissed. She's freaking pissed, guys. Are you good? Do you want to leave? I was holding you because I thought the other one was bullying you. Are you done being grumpy or do you still want to leave? You want to leave? I think we gotta let her go. I just don't want the other one to chase her. Alright. Bye! She's gone. My vocabulary is regularly updated to better reflect state standards. Don't sweat it. I can't keep track of every new euphemism either. Them kids and all their newfangled words. What do you mean SYBAU? What do you mean IJBOL? What do you mean CTF? What is it? Cracking CTFU, I think. All these new acronyms. All my citizens' income, my resources, their happiness. Whoa, that's a lot. I could never do that. Doesn't change the way it makes a person feel, sitting in a stifled box with one-way panels. Nothing to see but their own reflections, dully wrapped across gunmetal walls. Morgan, counselor. Can I help you with anything else? Wouldn't it be Counselor Morgan? Choices that progress the story and choices that represent side topics will react differently to your mouse. You can also use keys 1 through 5 on your keyboard to choose dialogue choices from top to bottom. Because of what you read earlier, you've unlocked an additional choice in this dialogue. Alright. Why the disrepair? I know the city's not terribly concerned with the lower wards, but this is a police station. Why is it so goddamn dusty? This facility is currently undergoing renovations. Since when? The 60s? Damn. Look at her. She's so sad and you're still gonna talk to her like that? Rude behavior. He's a really nice guy. I'm the only one home. He was wondering if someone could give him a ride to get his car from his wife, but I'm gonna live one so I can't. No, for sure. You never want to hurt anybody. Good looking out. Good responsibility. It has been 22 months since the timetable was last updated. It's almost 2 years, homie. They really don't see a lot of action around here, do they? I'm sorry for any inconvenience you might have encountered. I'm adaptable. What about you? They ever gonna fix that crack? Thank you for asking. It has not interfered with my work. Well, that's all that matters, right? I mean, we already get it. She's like a helper thingamabob. But I guess I'll ask. What are you? I'm a smart user interface, proudly sold by Noble Electronics. Thank you for asking. If you're interested, I could send you a link with information about our subscription packages. Should I send you a link with Should I send you a link with information about our subscription packages? No. I don't want to be a bother. The battle of kind people ends in draws. Thought it was my pizza when I heard the doorbell ring. You're nicer than I am. Someone rings or knocks at my door and I'm like, I'm not home. I'm not here. Go away. Sorry, 1 second. There we go. Excuse me. That'll be all, thank you. You'll find the counseling quarters past our homicide detective's office. Through the door to your right. Bounce across the floor. Thanks, but I think it's just me for now. So, you could go on break if you like. Automated dependents do not take breaks, Morgan Counselor. That's sick and twisted. Give this robot, well, hologram? Give this hologram lady a break. Then what were you doing before I walked in? You'll find the counseling quarters past our homicide detective's office. Through the door to the right, thank you. Ads don't get breaks. And they don't get jokes. Well, I wouldn't think so. But it's usually the humorless types that are the most fun to mess with anyway. Dun, dun, dun. A cave opens. Eyes gone bad or some? A voice. No. Voice is coming from down the hall. Compared to yours, probably. Thank God I stopped for directions. A building this empty. Desk could have just told me to follow the echoes. One voice sounds older, rougher, and decidedly low energy. Appreciate you worrying about me. Forbid I try to be serious. While the other rings with youthful indignation. It's not like your job's important or anything. Definitely cops. A cab! Battle on the end of drugs, the victory would have been him being helped. Oh. And at this precinct, at this hour, it might be the only two living, breathing people in the whole complex. Because why else would you bother to print all that out? One document or 100 looks the same on a data pad. Anytime you question a suspect, you need to have a heavy file in hand. I guess. I mean, I also like to print things out sometimes. I can do it with my hand. I can mark it off. It makes them think you know them better than their priest, their mother, their big brother? I wasn't going to say that. And so how many of those sheets are blank then? Oh, friends. I like your little pouty lip over here, guy. Oh, you can't see him. 1 second. Makes myself small. No red carpet tonight, officers? Which one's a good cop? How much? You? You have the yellow highlight, so I think it's you. Oh, sorry about that, ma'am. We don't keep many extra hands around at these hours. Crouches down, literally. Probably faster to let the desk handle intake anyway. Oh wait, are you the bad cop then? But mostly cheaper. I don't know who's who, guys. Are you the bad cop? You have the green. You the lawyer? I am. Morgan, Esquire. Pleased to meet you. Same here, counselor. Oh, I guess. Are you the good cop? I'm so confused. Quasim? Quasim? It's Qasim. Quasim? Quasim London. And the ball of sunshine here is my partner, Farah Reyes. I guess you're Farah. Why are your colors the way they are? Ball of sunshine? She certainly is. Huh? Sorry if you were kept waiting. Chatter between the departments has been hectic all night. Wait, you're the low and gruff voice, right? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. The concept album for Epic the Musical? Nice. It's no trouble. Gave me time to enjoy my cigarette. Cigarette? Like tobacco? What are you, 80? She can't be more than a few years younger than me. We're the detectives in charge of this particular case. And it looks like tonight we're also your humble guides to the illustrious homicide department. Okay. Apologies in advance for any cobwebs. Low gruff, good cop voice is blonde guy. Young, indignant, bad cop voice is brunette. Okay, awesome. Pretty sure I've seen this London character around the courthouse before. Never struck me as more than just some old-timer. But I suppose being an old-timer is an accomplishment in and of itself in his profession. Sunshine is definitely a new face, though. Rigid in her posture and her attitude. 3 in the morning and her shirt still looks ironed. Freshly promoted, maybe? 2 whole detectives working at these hours? Both of them? Let's look. Let's learn. Get this out of here. Notifications. I hate notifications. I can't stand them on my phone. May 5th. 186. 78 kilos. I don't know how much that is in pounds. Blood type. B pause. Homicide detective. First class. Photography. Dive bars. Bangs? Like hair bangs or What kind of bangs? What does that mean? Dislikes ties, pollen, after hours work messages. Me too. Don't, if we work together and we're not friends, don't message me. Don't message me at work. Listens to podcasts, hobby pencil sketching, frequently running late. You're so me. October 19th, 162 cm, 63 kg, blood type A-. Homicide detective, 3rd class. Likes rice, limes, and automotive history. Dislikes. My bad, I won't message you. We don't work together, Serge. Also, hi. I better not get a text from a boss off the clock, dude, for real. Dislikes. Liars, small plates, cheap people. Enjoys watching product reviews. Bad at games of chance. Right eye, Osiris Elite 86. Oh. You got a little cyberpunk stuff going on in your eyeball there? But I'm your mod. But that means we're just friends. That doesn't mean we work together. Sounds serious. Unless you were the first to arrive on the scene? No, we're not nearly that timely. Uniforms responded to the emergency calls within a few minutes. Urimic? Of the devil? The truth come out? Jungar? Of the Oni? Hi, Jungar. You're basically co-workers? Oh my goodness, not even. Calls, plural. Must have been quite the commotion. Look around. You think we're the first to arrive for anything? She's not wrong. We were only tapped after circumstances at the scene indicated involvement with an ongoing investigation. This art style does fuck. I like their eyelashes. I like their pointy eyelashes. And I like his shape. His head shape is good too. Our ongoing investigation. Not very subtle, is she? Guys, Yuri hates me? How did you come to this conclusion? But I may as well bite at this point. So, you suspect that this client of mine is involved in some separate criminal activity? Wait. Did they really not? No, I guess they wouldn't put it in a public defender's briefing. Look, consider this a little professional courtesy, a fair warning, yeah?
Shadow only _ just subscribed for 39 months.
That's almost 40. Thank you for the resub, Surge! 39 months is crazy, though. How long is that? Almost a year, maybe. I wish I had this level of confidence with Liner. I filmed that. I'll still sub to you even though you hate me. I don't hate you! That's the heartbreak killer in that room. And we've got the bastard dead to rights. So if you're kind, you'll help him plead it out. And if you're smart, you'll pass the shitstorm on to some other night owl and go back to bed. ... I'm not feeling particularly kind or smart at the moment. I love her little smile. Don't gaslight me. Match. I'm not gaslighting. Gaslighting isn't even real, Surge. Come on. It's all in your head. You're being irrational right now. JK. I should spend money on my ZZZ gacha. If you want. Just don't spend too much. So perhaps in the meantime, you'd be so polite as to fill me in about this heartbreak killer. Shock. They cover utilities at the rock you live under? Is there a problem? You're seriously not familiar with HK? Never heard of him. Heard enough of him for a lifetime. That name has been plastered all over the city for weeks. Their crimes wavering between breaking news and urban legend. Their presumed goals flip-flopping from unadulterated anarchy to unappreciated vigilantism. At street corners in the media on the net. Everyone's indulging in the exact kind of armchair detective speculation that I can't stand. You're supposed to say no, see you hate me. Not even. But right now, I need to figure out exactly how much the police do or don't know. And when it comes to cops, I always get better results playing dumb than I do acting smart. Yeah, that checks out. I take it he's Repeat offender? Was it the killer part that tipped you off? You must have at least heard about his MO. Media's gone crazy with it. Along with everyone else. One bullet straight through the heart. Body left alive where it falls. I hope he's quick about it at least, I guess. Hence the name Heartbreak. Food time, enjoy your pizza. Not exactly creative, but amidst the scroll of every other 100-word article out there, catchiness trumps originality. What you won't read about online is that all 6 of HK's victims were shot by the same gun, without even needing to reload. How does that make sense? Horrible to say, I know, but 6 for 6? That's pretty good shooting, isn't it? Hitting the bullseye at the shooting range is good shooting. Doing it 6 times in a row is great. But shooting 6 people with accuracy like that? It's a whole different beast. Takes a certain kind of monster. A real freak. A real nasty little guy. A real downright dirty bastard. Just kidding, I'm ad-libbing. His pulse probably didn't even rise. I see. Sounds robotic. You almost make him sound like a machine. Is it possible that... No, it is not. There's no such things as killer robots, madam. How do you know? How do you know? Maybe robots want to kill a little bit sometimes. Who am I to judge them? Of course, my mistake. So, all those androids marching in the military, those robots patrolling in police uniforms, those drones dropping firebombs from the sky, I guess they're all firing blanks. Fair enough. Machines can kill, and they have been for decades. But they don't commit murder. Are we sure? Are we positive? Like, what if they gain sentience? What if I gain sentience as a little robot, and maybe I decide, hey, you know what sounds fun? Maybe I would just become a little bit of a serial killer. I think it'd be a good time. Right. Evil like Heartbreak is all organic. That's a pretty terrifying thought. That's what the first chapter is about? Nice. I should really start paying more attention to the news. I managed to miss 6 murders. Well, you can only blame yourself for missing 5. Pardon? You're still not getting it? HK's 6th victim was found a few hours ago, when we caught the son of a bitch red-handed. So you're convinced that my client is this, a heartbreak killer, and tonight was just his latest crime? That's a serious accusation with very serious consequences. I take it you have serious evidence to back that up? I was being literal, counselor. Red-handed. When we found your client, he was covered in her blood. Dun dun dun! Well, that's not good, is it? What you say certainly sounds compelling. Is that lawyer talk for open and shut? But even if that's the case, how does one crime scene make him look good for 6 murders? You're accusing my guy falsely. It's all there in the discovery files and the arcs, of course. Well, let's look where's that. Oh, this is the arc. Augmented reality crime scene is an investigative tool in which data harvested by the sensors born on first responders is used to reconstruct a digital copy of a pristine crime scene. Oh, of course, of course. Ah, jeez, that makes sense. What is this? Oh. Unknown criminal. Criminal likes killing, dislikes getting caught. Faith color, probably red. Zodiac sign, probably not into astrology. Reward, suspended due to influx of false reports. Probably red is crazy. What's this? Oh, that's how much money I got. Join the local net on your phone and we'll turn over everything you need. I'll bet. Thanks for that, detective. I'll be sure to read it over. But if it's all the same, could I ask you some questions while I've got you here? The hell kind of attorney wants to interrogate detectives? The good kind, thank you very much. I am a professional. I know what I'm doing. This kind of attorney. You're just that pleasant. Come on, sunshine. Not like we're gonna be punching out anytime soon, right? Whatever. Let your client stew an interrogation all night for all I care. And Tara, you mean the counseling quarters? We're at your disposal, counselor. Alright, let's see. What's this? Barren, stark, and uninviting. This must be Reyes' desk. Keeping your workstation neat and tidy is admirable, but I can't spot a single note of personalization. Is she so new she hasn't had time to unpack, or is she really that uptight and boring? Could be both. Could be neither. Both, maybe. She thinks just like me, for real, for real. Observe. Shouldn't have cleaned up so much for little old me, Detective London. Someone really needs to introduce this guy to a filing system, or even just a stapler. I like staplers where it's just like folds the paper and it's staplerless. Those are so cool to me for some reason. I just be stapling anything. Paper documents scattered about lazily alongside actual photographs. Either he's really old-fashioned or really paranoid about data leaks. Those things are so crazy, right? How do they do that? How do they fold the paper? How do they know? And he doesn't look like the paranoid type. Well, orderliness aside, some things are better in paper. I'll give him that. I agree. Some things are better in paper. Observe. Read. Let's observe. Loose wires, missing panels, an aircon system that probably sweats more than the people it's supposed to cool. No room in the budget for making the office not look like shit, huh? I expected to find a lot of belt tightening and homicide, but I didn't think their operation would be this bare bones. They've got a stunning clearance rate and they work fast. Guess the city sees that and just assumes their job is easy. Maybe their job is easy, but with our dear doting surveillance state limiting so much of the footwork. But if your wheels don't squeak, you don't get your palms greased. You know, talking about like Big Brother surveilling type thing, I learned recently that there was a case solved here that they solved it by getting Google to give them like a bunch of like information. Like a Google search is pretty much for everybody to find who had Googled like the address, and there were like 5 people who Googled this certain address in I think like the previous 2 nights or something like that, because they had lit this address on fire, and that's how they found out who did the fire. And people are like, well, yeah, like I guess good that they found out, but that's like a crazy overreach of power. So that's something to think about. Kind of fucked up, yeah. Because you're supposed to only be able to do that kind of thing when you have like a reasonable, what's it called? Not doubt, something. Like, I don't know, but you need like a certain amount of evidence or whatever so you can get a warrant to do that kind of thing, but they didn't do that, which is crazy. So homicide ends up as the only state department with a shrinking budget. Dumping grounds for the police force is most unambitious and least popular. Sick. Latest noble androids receive warm welcome. Bolstered by a strong earnings report and surging sales of the Animate 16 Noble electronic stock rose a stunning 3%. This week to a new record high. Well, Noble's latest blah blah blah. The first generation of androids to feature over 50% organic components. That's just a person. Impractical due to increased maintenance costs, cuts, scratches, bruises, and the likes. You're just making a person. That's fucked up. Alienating its customers in the industrial and military sectors. Okay. Animate 16 is poised to break profitability records. The work of Noble's famed lead programmer, Dr. David Asher. Noble Industry Weekend. Dr. Asher himself was nowhere to be seen. He got killed by his robots. How much you want to bet? Hey fam, looks like you're not logged into this device. Want to put in your account info so we can help keep you reading? No. He's in the news again. Just no wonder. Can't spit without landing on a piece of Noble tech these days. Especially not where the state's involved. Don't know if they'll bite when it comes to warm androids though. For government use, they're just too frail. All androids undergo wear and tear, especially if they're directing traffic or suppressing crowds. So if these worm androids bleed pink all over themselves every time they take a rock to the cheek, It's just an endless stream of bad photo ops waiting to happen. Don't bully the androids. Okay, nothing else jumps out at me around here. Got a better idea who I'm dealing with at least. Now I need to check out the crime scene data. I should have been sent a link. You've been granted access to state files regarding blah blah blah. Reply C to confirm. That's not C to confirm, but okay. You need to reply C in order to confirm. Am I talking to a person? I am an automated dependent. One of the cats is on my desk again. One second. Shoo! Cats are usually more polite. Our personalities are tailored to suit our users' preferences. So the state likes to be a little authoritarian. You need to reply C. C. It's case- oh my god, what do you mean it's case sensitive? C. Thank you. Link. Alright, if I project my phone... We're logging in, baby. I'm hacking the mainframe. Augmented reality crime scene. Cool. This looks like they got shot in the head, though. Not the chest, exactly. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, let's see what the police have and what they think is important. The victim's body. Cause of death. Ballistic trauma. Class 4 blood loss, atrium, and aorta. That is the heart. Single gunshot wound to the heart and brief. Death was instantaneous. No injuries anywhere else and no blood or skin under her nails. It's an android. Blood spatter, forensics, and all that other good stuff tells them that she was shot from there. So the killer was standing in the doorway when they fired. Alright, alright. Cool. Gun. Stand-up mirror shattered and knocked over. Real glass, no screens or cameras here. It was hit hard. Hard enough to come and attach from its arm while shards of glass were scattered. Far enough to land on the victim's body. What a mess. What's this? Oh, I guess it's where it fell, maybe? The murder weapon. A revolver. Found right next to the body. 6 empty casings found in each of the 6 chambers, meaning the gun's been fired 6 times. Looks like the crime scene techs practically disassembled the damn thing. But all they found were fingerprints belonging to my client. So he was found by police with the murder weapon right in front of the body. I don't even know where to start. Highly prejudicial would be an understatement. Alright, yeah, I know what that means. Seems like this vase got tossed aside at some point, yet there's not a scratch on it. Must be pretty damn durable. Isn't art supposed to be delicate? Not if it's like plastic or something. That lasts. Maybe it's making a statement. It's all the big ticket items. What about the security? Looks like the apartment was unlocked all night. It's not uncommon for people their age in a neighborhood like this. But no signs of forced entry only hurts my client's case. What about the rest of the room? There's not much else flagged here. Just a lounge chair that got thrown and whatever that is. Unidentified ceramic debris. Flag is irrelevant? That's their technical assessment? Guess even the crime scene techs weren't sure what to make of it. Okay. That's everything the police highlighted. Did I miss anything? No, let me look. What's this yellow thing? The hell is that? Something in the victim's hand? How the hell did... Pills! I like that little pill thing. I wish I had one this cute. What the hell? It's just a pill organizer. Looks like some immune adjusters, NSAIDs, and triprexisone, a synthetic glucocorticoid medication. Taken daily to reduce rejection symptoms like phantom pain and generalized itch. Dude, I'd hate being just generally itchy. That's sick and twisted. The autopsy said her tox screen was clear, but it's not like it matters. She could have swallowed every medicine cabinet in the city and it still wouldn't change the cause of death. It's odd, but ultimately irrelevant. Everything else here is all very incriminating, but the kicker's everything that's not here. No out-of-place DNA, footprints, crumbs. Nothing that points towards anyone except my client. Well, I've done more or less. More with less before. But not much more. I'm really gonna have to sing for my supper this time. Better get start. Who else is messaging me at this time of night? First person who comes to mind is... I like this thing. The little music thing. That's very Danganronpa. Suppose it could be something important. Brat. Red! What? Couldn't wait until morning. Good news, of fucking course. I know it's just of course, but I always think it's a fucking course. Got a job for you. That's a pretty cheery way to tell me you violated parole. Lol, not that kind of job. Besides, I've been covering my tracks. This is something different. Kind of thing I can't handle with just a keyboard and a phishing scheme. Why are you talking to criminals? I need you to sue my gym teacher. Not that kind of lawyer, sorry. Hey, at least let me finish. What'd they do? Make me run laps. Oh my god. Listen, I hated running laps too. I would intentionally not bring gym clothes so that they would just make me walk around the gym. It was great, loved it. Not illegal. Let me finish! They made me run laps, even though I said I had a stomach ache. Bruh. Said. Gotta be like youth endangerment. Depraved indifference or some kind of shit. Sounds like you've already got a strong case. Try self-representing this time. What's with the blow off? Nice phrasing. Oh wow, I'm laughing so hard right now. Their face. See? Is that your mugshot? I wasn't gonna not get a copy of my mugshot and use it as a reaction. Glad you found that use case. But I'm working right now, so anything cool? Homicide. Oh, cringe. Cringe? Homicide is cringe? Who's cat? Who's cat? Whose kid is this? Wait, what kind of homicide? Is it HBK? It's a heartbreak killer? Hi! I've returned. I was saying hi to my mom. Is that the kind of morbid thing kids your age talk about? Literally, yes. I feel like so many people talk about, like, true crime stuff. So, yes. Welcome back. Thank you. Teens, my age. And yeah, we can read. Compared to the corrupt shit in the headlines. Old-fashioned murder like Cardi B is, like, quaint. Quaint? It's fucked up. People died. It's not heartbreak. And why'd you take the job? You see the 98% conviction rate as a challenge or something? You taking up lost cause? Probe nose work? It's pro bono. That was autocorrect. You know they give lit homework for a reason, right? This is borderline concerned nagging. Maybe you really are a bleeding heart. Or just a sucker. Whose teen is this? Not a sucker. Nice phrasing. You should get to bread. Bread? You should get to bed, Fran. Tomorrow's Sunday. I can stay up if I want. Tomorrow is Sunday. Because today's Saturday. What's with the carpe diem shit? It's nearly 4 AM, kid. You've got school in like 3 hours. Shit. Repeat offenders may be good for business, but that kid's bad for my blood pressure. Important text message, I take it? Wait, I have things to look at. Pillory and oh, this is my evidence? Debris. Sorry, I gotta get rid of this. Wait. Single bullet pierced. Oh, wait. Same painting workers pre-5 lab. Message confirmed ballistics match 2. Okay. IoT? Internet of Things? Refers to the network data sharing that goes on between all the countless. Okay. Noble androids? Oh, we read that. Did I not get a profile for her? What the hell? Where's Fran? Just your typical teenage drama. So then, if you wouldn't mind filling me in on a few details. Androids and comms. By the way, couldn't help but notice that you're light on staff. Oh! Thank you for letting me know. It's 3 in the morning. Were you expecting a parade? I thought there'd be at least a few androids around. Aren't many androids in any police stations this week. Now the brass is renegotiating contracts. Contracts with Noble? Good guess. Hardly, they're the biggest. Hardly, they're the biggest robotics corps there is. Could spend all day in Center City without leaving their office's shadow. Yes, we're very fortunate to have them headquartered here. Save us some money on shipping at least. But these talks never last that long. I'm sure they'll be back to writing checks for Noble ads by the end of the month. Even with Noble fishing those warm androids. Warm. Yuck. Might as well call it the adult line. Might see them in the bigger departments or out on patrol, but not around these offices. Warm or cold, there's no such thing as an android detective. Yet. I don't know, man. I played Detroit Become Human. Connor was like... He wasn't a detective. He was just like a police robot android. Yet? Really? You really think that'll happen? We already use ads for patrolling, securing the scene, pacifying crowds. Doesn't seem like that big a stretch to me. You're joking, right? Android detectives? With all the pain we go through getting witnesses to talk to us? With your warm personality, I can't imagine. Cop knocks on your door, starts asking questions, you're gonna be put in a bad mood. An ad knocks on your door, calls you a degenerate criminal in a synthesized voice loud enough for the whole neighborhood to hear. You're gonna start posting shit that'll get you put on a list. Well, we certainly don't want that. But flesh and blood witnesses are becoming less and less common anyway. Cameras, sensors, satellites. We already get all our facts from machines. That's crazy. That's insane. That's Big Brother to the max. Give it a few more years, it might make sense to let machines do the investigating too. The union would. The police union wouldn't let that happen. She didn't have specified. It's the only real union there is anymore. Heartbreak. Checking my phone here, and I have to say, you've done a pretty admirable job keeping the details of HA's crime secret. The less reputable sites are doing some real journalistic acrobatics trying to piece together a story. Yeah, top 11 theories on who hurt HK was a real weighty read. It's not just journalists, though. All kinds have been emboldened. The freaks that HK's managed to bring out of the woodwork in just a few weeks. Can you blame them, though? I mean, he's a genuine serial killer. Repeat offenders in general are an endangered species, but he's gotten away with... We know what he's gotten away with. Alright, my bad. Sorry you feel bad about him getting away with things. Take a look around us, detective. National DNA registries robust enough the cases never go cold. Cameras on every street, a phone on every citizen. Violent crime at an all-time low and clearance rates at all-time highs. But... You gonna spout some alt-pol bullshit about invasion of privacy? Yes. No, I'm not. People are safer now than at any other time in history, detectives. So when someone like Heartbreak does come along... Good point. London's trying to look like he can laugh it off, but pressure from the higher-ups must be reaching its peak. Probably. I mean, shit, you can't catch a serial killer with all this proof. They want, maybe need, to see someone charged, and that makes them predictable. Whoa! What was that? What was that about? Yeah, well, even if there's nothing standard about HK, Department SOP still dictates we starve the media for case details. That way when we do feed them, they're grateful for whatever scraps they get. But we can't take all the credits this time around. Homicide's tight-knit and tight-lipped, but it's not like there's much information for us to leak in the first place. And why's that? Because none of the shootings were caught on opt-in crime surveillance system. How's that even possible? I know that there's some rough areas in lower wards, but Optics is watching every other street in the entire city. This is crazy. This is so much surveillance. Oh, that's why. It's Optics for opt-in. Hey there, it looks like you're trying to search for a term related to an ongoing investigation. Until authorities have made their findings public, the results may be heavily curated. Cool. You're saying you haven't seen this killer on camera once? You think we'd have let him kill 6 people if we did? My bad. My bad, homie. My bad, guys. Sorry, I wasn't calling you shitty cops. I mean, a little bit, but I wasn't saying that. I mean, a little bit, but still. Whatever. I understand your concern, ma'am, but Optics is only what it says in the name. Private surveillance system signing up to feed into the state's security network. It's not perfect, it's just another one of the many public safety tools in our belt. It's not meant to be perfect. It's meant to help us solve crimes. Or at least act as a deterrent. Oops, wrong person. Whatever. One would hope so. Fat chance. Deterrents are for war rooms and board meetings. Anyone crazy or desperate a knife? One second, let me take a drink of water. Anyone crazy or desperate enough to commit a crime in a city like this couldn't care less about anything as vague as the consequences of their actions. It's like a safety blanket, one with very few holes left in it. But it does have holes. Patching up those remaining holes takes effort, and that effort usually means rebooting the system. There's all kinds of technical details and digital bureaucracy involved, but the end result is that there are occasional localized blackouts. And the math used to schedule them is not impossible to predict. Damn. Y'all suck at this. Y'all suck at being a big brother state. I see. But those windows of opportunity are small and short. Taking advantage of them requires specific knowledge. You need to be involved in law enforcement, pub data, or city planning, or a robot. Android, my bad. I'd have mentioned it if my client was a cop, and he wouldn't have needed a public defender either. His file says he's bonded for heavy mass manipulation, not tech interfacing, so that just leaves city planning. So does he work construction for the city? HK's only ever struck at times and locations where Optics would be down, even with the devil's own luck. Can't possibly be coincidence. Wait, so you're saying when this woman was killed? Yeah, there was a blackout from 8 to 9 tonight. Oops, that's where he is again, I forgot. Right on schedule, so to speak, and it included the area surrounding the victim's apartment. Well, what about DNA from the other crime scenes? Was my client a match? There's been no blood, no saliva, no suspect DNA at any of the crime scenes. No footage and no forensics. Also no motives, tampering, or witnesses. It's been like hunting a damn ghost. We didn't even have a murder weapon. Until now. Finally, a lucky break for the boys in blue. Scanners, cams, drones, forensics. No matter how you dress it up with tech, all detective work relies on one basic assumption. People make mistakes. Robots don't, though. But HK's the kind of monster who doesn't make mistakes. Only reason we even caught him tonight was because he finished what he had to set out to do all along. I don't think that's true. So was my client on the list of suspects before tonight? Weren't you listening? There was no list of suspects. We questioned some X's, a few CIs, some even spoke to 1 or 2 unlisted at some point. Nothing came of it. There was talk about starting on some kind of psych eval or something, But I never expected much to come of that. Why? How did you not have any suspects? Like, they clearly had, like, some inkling of, like, what kind of person would do it. And they still didn't have any suspects? Y'all are relying too much on this big brother. There's just not enough to work with. In other words, the only thing they could have to link my client to those killings is the murder weapon. If I can jostle that keystone, then the rest of their case should start to come loose as well. Timeline. I saw the time of death was 9 p.m. on the autopsy, but do you have a timeline for the rest of the night's events? Can't trust much of what comes out of his mouth, but we've managed thanks to less biased sources. And we're pretty confident about what we've been able to piece together from their statements. So they interviewed witnesses. I thought there were no witnesses. Sounds eerily similar to real police work. The suspect and his girlfriend were arguing loudly with one another starting 8 p.m. Oh, look at her special eye. Wow. Neighbors were very clear about that part. Couldn't wait to tell us about the happy couple's domestic problems. Everyone in the building knew they'd been fighting for weeks. Oops, that's Reyes again. Dude, I need to pay attention to who's talking. As you probably gathered from what you saw in the arcs, there was a struggle. Furniture turned over, glass shattered. But things go quiet sometime before 9 p.m. And then there's a gunshot. Scrubbers are still scrubbing, looking for audio from the area to get a timestamp. But we heard from enough concerned citizens to be pretty damn sure about the time. Right. Emergency services got a burst of calls from the block shortly after 9 p.m. No one seemed to recognize the sound for what it was. But the silence that followed was pretty universally alarming. Officers arrive on the street at 9:08 p.m., establish a perimeter, enter through the open door at 9:10 p.m., and then they find your client crouched over his dead girlfriend, his hand covered in her blood. At which point they move to secure the scene and the suspect. Sorry, did you say his hand singular? Your client's modded. Cybernetic right arm. How modded are we talking about here? Registered with a HAL 85 habilis, industrial grade looks like. Says he's spec'd for dexterous manipulation of up to class 4 kPa, which means a minimum grip strength of, well, basically, he could crush your neck without even gritting his teeth. Why do you need an arm that strong? Why do you need a hand that strong? I thought it was just a city plant. Why do you need okay. Considering a career change? No, it's not that, it's just your eye must be very sensitive for you to put the patch back on each time. And here I thought you just had a 14-year-old sense of fashion. Damn, called her a chunibyo right to her face. You think a cop would cover up her dominant eye because it was fashionable? I actually thought the same thing the first time we met. You what? But getting back on track, that arm of his has been in the shop for some time now. Can't work without it. Money got tight. The arguing? Yeah. When did he put his arm in for repairs? 8 days before HK's first victim was killed. Maybe his arm's just controlling him, I don't know. Reyes not being in the Chuny allegations. Real. Reyes is just a Chuny. Truth come out. Well, no chance they'll be willing to chalk that up to coincidence. Your client was arrested on the scene after a preliminary scan found his fingerprints on a revolver. And no one else's. A revolver? What kind? The old kind. The real old kind. More specifically, a Calver M54. 6-chamber, 10mm. Calver. How retro. You don't know the half of it. We're talking steel chamber, real gunpowder, mechanical firing pin, and no tags. No tags? How is that? Just how old are we talking here? Yeah, 24/7 location data, time-stamped trigger pulls, safeties coded to owner biometrics. For the past 3 decades, tags have made shooting crimes very unambiguous. So you're claiming my client used some kind of antique to commit these crimes? It's on my phone. Money, money, money. And coat. Oh, he was wearing a coat. Went a long way towards securing this. Okay. My old gun. Tech really doing the whole damn job for them, huh? Dude, for real. Why are they even here? They're like, we need the human touch. We can't have warm detective androids. Warm android detectives? What about the human touch? Meanwhile, everything ever. Tech takes care of it. How else do you think he'd have gone away with this 5 other times? If he tried to buy a gun legit, he'd probably fail the very first psych check. And even jailbroken pieces are only good for so long before update withdrawal sets in. So then, M54, that's model year 2054. 30-year-old gun. Well, that sure complicates things, doesn't it? In some way, sure. But pre-tagging firearms are rare. Gotta be less than 1,000 of them left in the whole country, and fewer still compatible bullets. The ammunition would have to be over 30-year-olds too. Oh my god, I didn't read that right at all. The novelty of his weapon has kept us in the dark so far, but now that we have our hands on it, it's gonna put him away for good. Archive department complained loud as hell about how deep they had to dig. With the protocols, they found the texts were able to match the rifling marks on all 6 bullets to the gun your client was found with. Rifling marks? Bullets fired from guns that are old are marked by the barrel shape. So if all 6 bullets had the same rifling marks, we know that they were all fired by the same gun. It's not as plug and play as tags are, but it's equally precise science, I assure you. Yeah, no, I believe you. I guess. Even though you're so reliant on tech. And if that's not damning enough, the spent casings from the other 5 shootings were still in the chamber. Without even needing to reload. The caliber your client was found with is the gun HK used to kill 6 women. No way to lawyer around that. An untagged gun just being anywhere near a weapon like that could warrant your arrest. Being found by the police over a dead body with an untagged gun used at 5 other crime scenes is just... To summarize then, you believe that my client fought verbally, then physically with his girlfriend, and then he retrieved his weapon and shot her? Yeah, pretty much. That's so stupid. Why would you believe that? Just like going off the other 5 kills, right? Or he's been like so meticulous. I don't think an argument would have led to him killing his girlfriend. Just like out of the blue, let him get caught type shit, you know? How did he look when the officers found him? Guilty. How was his effect? Quiet, detached, stiff. Not exactly the picture of a grieving partner. That reaction may have lost him points at the cops, but beyond that, people react to loss in all kinds of unusual ways. It's true! They do. And so long as the police are suspicious of you, there's no right way to grieve. So how about the basics? What exactly has my client been charged with? Your client, Carlos Baker Flat, Baker or Baker? We'll say Baker, was arrested on the scene at 9:50 p.m. Using his middle name already? They really do think he's a serial killer. The charge being the first-degree murder of his girlfriend, a Miss Diane Dawn. Ooh, alliteration. I love alliteration. First degree? That's increasingly rare, to say the least. It's rare for us to get handed anything but crimes of passion around here. City's got a damn near more cameras than people. So you gotta be really, really stupid to try and get away with murder. Well, Heartbreak's gone away with it 6 times. So what's that make him? 5 times, and that makes him insane. I was gonna go with extraordinary. Freaking London. Let's split the difference and say he's extraordinarily insane. But nutjobs like that aren't renowned for their ability to think ahead. So it makes you think this was premeditated. Dude, I feel like I never talked this much. I need to take drinks of water. How about the fact that he stalked and killed 5 other women as a warm-up? To kill his girlfriend and get caught? I don't think so. A warm-up? 5 previous bullets, 5 previous victims. None of them knew each other, lived near each other, worked in the same fields. No, it's okay. I enjoy it. It's fun so far. I'm just not used to it. I just be drinking water. Hi, Shemaya. How are you? Weeks of digital autopsies crawling up and down their online profiles. Nothing. Dude, right? I'm enjoying the art. It's very nice. It's very, wow, bold in your face. So this serial killer chooses victims at random? If they have nothing in common. Yeah, nothing in common at all. Other than that they all look like cousins. Nothing in common, but they all look alike. What kind of shit-ass cop? Anyway. Shemaya's good. Hope Yuri is good. I am good. I'm glad Shemaya is also good. The physical similarities are striking. All 5 prior victims were young women with brown hair and eyes, about the same height, comparable weight. Well, those features aren't exactly uncommon. Couldn't it be a coincidence? If you really believe that, you should quit your job and start buying lotto tickets. HK's got himself a type. Anyone can see that. Hi, Agdo. Oh, she's cute. She's the cute patootie. You're really gonna try and tell me you don't see the resemblance? A young woman, brown hair, brown eyes. Can't tell how tall she is from a portrait, but I can take the hint. Do you think what exactly? That Carlos Flat wanted to kill his girlfriend so badly he went out and shot 5 other women first? Hey, if the shoe fits. If the shoe fits? Then you put the shoe on the... What Sunshine means is that it's not uncommon for killers to displace their violence from people close to them onto outlets with fewer consequences. Drifters, loners, strangers, workers. He was probably building up the nerve for tonight by first practicing on these other similar women. Or he's just so far gone that he can't tell the difference anymore. It's not the worst theory in the world, but it doesn't fit. They want to claim that those previous victims were practice runs, dress rehearsals for tonight's main event. If that was the case, wouldn't it be, I don't know, not messed up tonight? Like, I get arguments, crimes of passion, whatever, but I don't think he would have messed up if he was so meticulous with the 5 other ladies. But if that were the case, there'd have been signs of hesitation, nerves. There'd have been mistakes. On top of which, guns are impersonal. Execution shots even more so. There's no sadism or hatred or intimacy in a single bullet to the heart. What are you, a profiler? Hello? Killing your girlfriend or her lookalikes usually is, if nothing else, a lot less sterile. If you ask me. What is this? What is happening? Why are we getting... Okay. Thanks for the chat, detectives. I think I understand the background well enough now. Candidly, I see the same strokes you do, and the picture it paints isn't pleasant. But even so, it seems a bit unrefined to be brought before a judge, don't you think? Hey, it's only our job to catch the bastard. The DA's the one who gets the conviction. Besides, we're not exactly gonna have to work hard to convince anyone of his guilt. And why is that? Because we found a handwritten confession at his desk. Zhoo. Well, that's, unexpected. I'm sorry, you're now telling me that he wrote a confession? Has it been verified? Not yet. Or, not yet. We have to muscle past everyone in fraud and disinfo to get to the front of that line. Why bother? The note's covered in his fingerprints. There's a copy in the discovery data, but I should warn you, it doesn't exactly make for light reading. I'll have to manage somehow. I need to see this confession for myself. Oh, this isn't even that long. This is fine. Sorry for everything. Can't say it enough. Didn't mean to hurt you or do what I did. Did not want any of it to happen. What does sick mean? I see it in, like, writing and stuff, but I never know what it means. Can't stay in control when I get mad. I'm not in control. I hurt people without meaning to. Wish I hadn't broken them. Didn't mean to at first. But I was hurting. Wanted you to hurt too, but want to hurt you. Words aren't enough, I know that now. I'll take responsibility and do what I've been avoiding. Please forgive me. That's it. That was difficult to read. Barely legible, in fact. Well, got a spin on that? No need. But it's a confession. Not a confession that he signed, though, is it? Not yet. And not one he intends to sign anytime soon, considering that he asked for representation. Basically means that something is misspelled in the source that's being quoted. Oh, I see. The more you know. Thank you. Yeah, the most wanted man in the city asked for a lawyer and got you. Guess you're both lucky. Hardly. I just happened to be awake when the call went out. But I'm not so flush with work that I can afford to turn tail now. So if you don't mind, I'd like to go and speak with my client. What? He's not still handcuffed in there, is he? Look, counselor, with all due respect, we have strong evidence pointing to that man being responsible for 6 murders. 2 hours or so in cuffs isn't cruel or unusual. And that's for your safety as well. I thought he only kills with a gun, so like, what safety? You get me? Like, I think I'll be fine. And he doesn't even have his robot arm to crush my windpipe. It's kind of you to worry, but I doubt I'll be in any danger. He's killed 6 women. None of them were redheads. I love her. Seriously, though, I'd like to speak with him alone now. Camera's off, if you don't mind. Mic's on or off is your call, counselor. But we'll be watching the feed from right outside in case anything happens. And the cuff, that is, stays on. That worried about me? How chivalrous. Yeah, my armor's practically blinding. Gross. I'll start up the unluck cycle. Counselor, just one last word of advice. If you have any interest in his well-being, I'd suggest you help him sign that confession. Not a bad idea. I do get paid either way. But the defense part of defense attorney isn't just for show, detective. I mean it. 6 people dead is one thing, but he's also caused weeks of widespread terror and public unrest. Putting it another way, he's made the state look bad. And that's a capital crime if there ever was one. And even if the death penalty's not actually on the table these days, I can guarantee he's not gonna like whatever rehabilitation plan they draw up for him. Look, I've seen the virtual work release program in person, and it's being challenged before the Supreme Court. Yeah, sometime in the next decade, maybe. Just remember, a plea deal might feel like a loss for you, but if it keeps him from, well, that's probably a win for your client, right? Prison sentences are generally lighter for those who plead guilty, that much is true. Saves the courts a great deal of time and money, and then they show their gratitude with reduced sentencing. But no one will ever be grateful towards the Heartbreak Killer. Anyone convicted for killing 6 people, they'll never rest their mind another day in their life. It's still 3 a.m. June 5th, 2086. Let me look at my phone. My evidence. Diane Dawn. The note. What's this? Oh. Please go back. There we go. July 8th. 189 cm, 94 kg, B minus. B negative, sorry. Charge, first degree homicide. Criminal record, civil disturbance times 2. No charges. Registered at birth. What does that mean? Modifications, industrial, class 4, known affiliates, pending, psych eval, pending. Da-da-da. 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 It's depressing as hell in here. They need to liven this place up. Carlos Flat, right? Hope you don't mind if I get comfortable. We've got a lot to cover. But this shouldn't take all night. What are you... Look, I already told you people I'm not a cop, Carlos. Furthest thing from it. I'm a lawyer. Your lawyer, in fact. And I'm here to help you. Yeah, well, they said that too. All of them did. Back there, in here, kept repeating it the whole ride over. They said that they were going to help me, that they knew this was all a mistake. Then they said that I killed, acting like they were on my side and they thought that I could have. It's not their job to help you, Carlos, but it is mine, and I'm here now. He's still in shock. I like his pink eyes. And his 5 o'clock shadow. I need more information, but if I approach this the wrong way, he'll just clam up even more. I'm sure you're exhausted. It's probably difficult to think, let alone speak. But I'd like you to try and answer a few questions. The police already questioned you, I'm sure. But they were treating you as a suspect, not as a client. Okay, so what do you want to know? Let's learn about you, mon petit frère. Hello.
Hello, urimic of the urimic variety.
Whoa, that's me, urimic of the urimic variety. Hi, Amelia. How are you? Thank you for the biddy. I'd like to know a bit more about you first, Carlos. Something like, what line of work are you in? I'm with City Engineering. Or I was, or I should be. As I thought. Oh my god, you are Miluya! That's so true! Congrats on being Miluya. The police was speaking to— Ow. My brain damage. It hurts. Ow. As I thought, the police must be convinced he mapped the optics blackouts using data he stole from work. My arm, I got it slotted for the job, and it is something to be congratulated. That's why I did it. That's why I congratulated. Carlos, I could need more than that. So what do I know? He works in city engineering, not a desk job. Ray said he was modded for work, and that arm must be in custody at the moment, but based on his shoulder, it'd have to be pretty utilitarian? As you should. I take it back. Utilitarian. Yeah. Doesn't strike me as the type who's enamored with the aesthetics of modding. The young and the restless and the rich, swapping neon and chrome limbs because they like the way it looks. No take backsies. That's sick and twisted. Or the way it makes other people start looking at them. No, he's pragmatic, grounded, and very unlucky. In which case, I should be too. You know, my brother wanted to mod. Really? Really? I don't even have a brother. He had everything planned out, a whole career path, promotions and bonuses, and the upgrades that afford him. Then came his 18th birthday present. Test results politely informing him that he's not a viable candidate. Good luck at work, Amelia. Thank you for lurking. That sucks. I think he felt relieved, actually. Seemed like it was a weight off his chest. Like he was glad that he didn't have to choose. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think it does. I always figured if I'd start at all, I'd start small. A hand or an eye, test the water. Never thought about lobbing my whole damn arm off, but the recruiter was enthusiastic. He said, "Cause of the NCDA, there was financial aid and resources." Of course I got shit canned. So now me and every other modder is royally screwed. Couldn't even let me keep the tax credit. The New Citizens with Disabilities Act was amended, not repealed, but I doubt you'd appreciate the distinction at the moment. I worked the tighter spaces, the high vault environments, mostly canopy upkeep. Typical stuff for modders, you know? Speaking freely now, don't need to do much more than repeat his words back to him to keep him talking. But the right word choice here that can still make a difference. You work on the canopy? You must be under a lot of pressure. Under a lot of pressure now that the subways are cordoned off. Damn straight. And this crap with Long? Once word got out that the case against him was real, every desk job in the chain became terrified of their own shadow. All of them convinced that Eternal Affairs is going to come knocking if they misplace so much as a paperclip. I hate micromanaging. Terrible, terrible. Everything by the book means no room for compromise, no room for problem solving, no room for engineering. Micromanaging. I hate micromanagement. It's like, just let me do my job. Yeah. And no patience for screw-ups. He's trying very hard not to look at his shoulder. Why aren't you wearing your prosthetic right now, Carlos? Yeah, that. Rejection issues starting last month. A lot of sleepless nights. Rejection? Did the therapy not take? It's not like that. I wasn't oozing pus out of the socket or anything. Then do these rejection issues have anything to do with your scars? Not in the way you're thinking. I'm right-handed. So those cuts on his face are just from shaving? Never thought this go on so long I'd have to relearn how to do everything. I mean, the problem started small, trembling, but then spasms. Just oversensitivity, they said, an easy fix. But the problem got bigger. I bet you his limb was controlling him. His arm was controlling him and making him do killer things. You need to be able to trust your own hands when you're on the job site. Drop a cutter at the wrong moment and people could get hurt. So I sat down, made an appointment, turned in my arm, and watched my case get placed at the back of the damn line. Where'd you turn it in? Some mass turnaround chop shop with a waiting list like you wouldn't. Doesn't sound like you're a happy customer. Hell no. I found a dozen other clinics with shorter wait times, but as long as I'm renting and not owning, the manufacturer decides where your arm gets maintenance. And that's why I'm sitting here with this expensive ass stump for a shoulder. I haven't been able to work in weeks. Bosses were generous enough to say my position might still be there when I've got 2 working arms again. Couldn't buy or rent a replacement yourself just in the meantime? I serve at the pleasure of the state. And they've got exclusivity contracts with Hindi, all looked up white knuckle tight. Damn, that sucks. Can't even do what you wanna do. Gotta work for the man. Hindi? Howell Industries? As I recall, he's registered with one of their hapless models. If I took one step on site with uninsured tech, forget the fines, I'd lose the down payment and my arm. And I'd never work in the city again. If this was last quarter, maybe I could have worked something out with management, but like I said, no one's sticking their neck out for anyone now that longs in deep hot shit. You mentioned the discomfort? Are you in pain? Pain will come and go. It's the itches that'll kill you. Those were his meds. And the phantoms come back pretty fast when I don't have anything. Those were his meds. What else we got here? Good prosthetic. Now that I know that there's like notifications in here, it's gonna bother me if I don't get rid of them each time. Civil engineer, airports, worn shoes, firm beds. He likes worn shoes? What? Are they comfier? Cabs, musicals, and cashew. Cashews are good, man. Why are you being a hater? Why is your favorite flower a poppy? Student debt sizable. I felt that. Luck poor. Damn. Arm shaped attached to me. Didn't they give you something to, well, wear in the meantime? Something the clinics lend out for cases like this? What they gave me is a dead weight, 3-jointed, landfill bait piece of shit. Well then. Sorry. Sorry, it's a very shitty feeling having a part of your body that you know they cut corners on. It fits. It's compatible technically. I can slot it in and feel on balance again. But the fingers don't even bend and the quick twitch motors are way off. It's like walking around with your arm asleep or dead. So are you wearing it when you were arrested? She died? You were arrested? She died? You were arrested? She died? Were you wearing it when you were arrested? No, I wasn't. But I'm pretty sure I saw the police bagging it as evidence, so can't have gotten too far. So Detective Reyes was being quite literal about how he was found. He had the victim's blood on his left arm, only because of the time in question he didn't even have it right. No inconsistencies in the story so far, and he's opened up about as well as can be expected. But this has all just been a warm-up for the both of us. Now comes the delicate part. Carlos, you and the victim were romantically involved. How long did you two know each other? Should I check? I feel like there's an answer to that. Unless. Agree, found shot. I guess it doesn't say. Right. I've known her since college. We shared a few classes, some mutual friends. Info on the rental just got put on your phone if you're curious. Ooh. Evidence? No. Over, oh, there it is. Portable model. Customers frequently cite issues with finger articulation and quick twitch movements. Records show Carlos Flat was provided this model while his habless is being repaired, but he claims to rarely wear it. For rental use only. This thing sucks. Look at it. This is a normal one look like. I mean, they're kind of similar, but this one looks a little better. 40 business days? That's insane. Always got along. Eventually we just got together at some point. Guess I never actually asked her out in the real formal way. Sounds pretty cowardly saying that out loud. Diane, she was in genetics. Focused her studies on agriculture. She was. I don't think you killed her. We'll get you your arm back in a month and a half. That's insane! Here's a shitty arm in a month and a half that you can't have your actual arm. I'm sorry. Always takes them a few tries to get used to using past tense. Just finished her post-grad work this year. Got hired right out the gate. Practically headhunted, you believe that? Practically headhunted. Of course she was. Any company would be lucky to have her, unlike... It was a real ass job. Paid real ass money too. So her career was starting to pan out. Registers had fallen into the mother of all slumps. Where was she hired? Pedigree? No. Peregrine Laboratories. I say that like the name matters. The whole setup's under Harco's umbrella. That doesn't narrow it down. The Harvest Corporation grows a third of the soybeans and corn in the entire country. Soybean. One client that size, the lab wouldn't need any others. Now, Nor? What am I, Australian? Nor Corporation. Nar. I'm being annoying. Earns the mega prefix without a little throat cutting, but Harco is about as tame as big business could get. Predictable, like the seasons. No one's gonna buy that they had some lab tech murdered because of corporate greed. Had she adjusted well to her new job? Yeah, they loved having her there. She never mentioned arguments or disputes, corporate politics getting rough. I don't think so. Not like I've been a good listener lately. But I never got the impression that she... Look, no one I know could do this to her. And there's nothing she could have done that would deserve what happened to her. It was a long shot hoping for a disgruntled character from her past to shift blame onto, but with no other suspects, can't just reshuffle the detective's suspicions. We'll have to disprove their argument entirely. Thank you, Carlos. That was very helpful. It was? Now I'd like you to try and tell me whatever you can about what happened tonight. Oh. Start at the beginning and take your time. The details are important. Alright, Miss, Morgan. I'll try Morgan. When you're ready. We were arguing. We've been arguing a lot lately. Arguing about stupid stuff. I haven't been working, haven't been making money, haven't been pulling my weight. I was mad at myself, but more than that, I was jealous of her. Listen, guy. That's not her problem. You're in a real shit situation, I ain't gonna lie to you. But you can't just take it out on your girlfriend because you're jealous. That's some bullshit. Jealous over nothing. Jealous over goddamn money. The reports say you were arguing around 8 p.m.? 8. Yeah, must have been when we started. We got into it and I said a lot of things that I shouldn't have. And I said one thing that I really, really shouldn't have. What'd you say? What'd you say? Tell me. Tell me that juicy gossip. I crossed the line and we both knew it, so I left. You left? Yeah, I walked out the front door, thought some fresh air might help me cool off. Help me figure out what to say to make it up to her. But what'd you say? What'd you tell her? Give me that hot gossip. I need the cheese me. Of course the air wasn't fresh, just humid. Thick like mud. And while I was pissing away the time, Dan was... Did you bring your phone with you or any other electronics? No. I kind of stormed off. Didn't even take my key fobs. Didn't even lock the door behind me. With optics down, traffic and street level cameras won't help them. That leaves... Did you go through a checkpoint or talk to anyone with modded eyes? Did you buy anything? Cash or credit? No, not even a vending machine. Not even a damn vending machine, huh? She's like, what the fuck, dude? You just out there walking? I mean, he doesn't have money. What was he gonna buy, you know? May have met my match. How can anyone be this unlucky? That's quite unfortunate. Just wanted it quiet at the time. Wanted to wallow in it, really. Sorry if I don't have all the details quite right. My head is... But if my exact route would help the cams, probably... What? What is it? Optics was what? Can that even happen? And then there's no other proof that you were at the time Diane was killed. Meaning you've got no alibi. This can't. Listen, I didn't do this. I couldn't. Carlos. Oh, we getting serious. We're getting down into it. I'm the one person you don't have to try and convince. After all, I'm your lawyer. So let's just get it all out there and see what we've got to work with. Right. Now, you said you left to clear your head. So what made you come back? Came back because I heard a noise. A loud noise. Didn't know what it was, but it was loud and it scared me. And it came from the direction of our apartment. I was walking back at first. At some point, I must have started running because when I got back, I was so out of breath. Did the arm shoot her itself? How? I'm trying to like picture the angle here, like how it would have shot at her, you know? But when I saw that the front door was open, something dropped in my chest and my lungs wouldn't... You live on the first floor, right? Yeah, first floor apartment, street facing entrance. We were proud of that when we first moved in. Like it was some kind of big deal. I mean, it's a pretty nice setup, you know? Being on the first floor is always nice. You don't have to climb a bajillion stairs. Makes your life a little easy. Just thing from the Addams Family type shit, literal. Just things from like the idle hands. From the hallway, I saw her, but I didn't realize. I never thought she was... The lights were off, the whole room was a mess. I thought we'd been robbed or she had fallen or there's broken glass, furniture knocked over. And she was... I called her name and she didn't move. I checked her pulse and she was still warm. Her blood was warm. And I saw the gun. It looked so heavy, but I thought it had to be fake because I didn't want it to be real. Is that why you picked it up? What? Pick it up? I didn't touch that thing. I didn't shoot her, damn it. Doing what I do, you hear a lot of lies. White lies, blatant lies, hasty lies, green lies, blue lies, red lies, one lie, two lie, lie. Bad lies especially. For me, it's always been easy to spot a lie, but it can be hard to know what to do about it. All the proof I need in my files, but he's nervous and defensive. And none of this works if he doesn't trust me. Stay up to date on the details of all evidence by checking your phone. Heads up. If your clan sense that you don't know what you're talking about, they'll stop giving you any credit. You did touch the gun, Carlos. That's just a fact because you were found with it, of your prints. It's the fact that your fingerprints are on that gun. What? But I didn't do this. I wasn't thinking. I was just... Carlos. All I'm saying is that you picked it up. That's all. Would you believe me if I said I didn't realize it was a gun? That explains how his prints got on the gun, but not in any way that would satisfy the police. Still, if all he did was hold the gun... Freaking cats keep trying to get up on the desk. So stupid. I know what a gun looks like, but seeing it in my own home right in front of me... You were in shock, Carlos. You still are. Police came in sometime after that. I don't remember much of what they said. Things started moving fast, it seemed like. Rest of my night went probably the way you'd expect. Carlos, you admit to having a verbal argument with Diane, but you said you were surprised to see the room trashed when you got back. To clarify, you're saying that you two never had a physical fight. Physical? We never fought. We never fought like that. Did the police say that we did? They assumed as much. I mean, everything was knocked over. Face it, fair assumption, I guess. What do I know? I'm just a guy. Since they also assumed the room was disheveled well before the shooting occurred. Considering what Carlos has told me, what else did they assume? They just be assuming stuff, man. That's what happens when you let robots do everything. We're like, oh, we got cameras everywhere. It's fine. We know what happened. See, but then somebody figures out how the cameras work, or when the downtime is, and now you don't know nothing. Police. What is it? I'd like you to take a look at something for me. The crime scene. Oh, it's an AR module built from data taken as the police entered, so. Right, it's just that. It's just data, Carlos. No grisly details. Okay, let me see it. Take your time. Alright, I think I got it. That's how the police found things. Now close your eyes and think back to how the room looked when you left. Try and focus on what's out of place. Alright? I'll take notes. You just say whatever comes to mind. I don't remember exactly where everything was, but, well, the mirror was upright, of course. And that clock was still on the wall. Clock? What clock? The chair got knocked over at some point, and the bed got tossed. The cushion's torn. And it's an urn! So the stuff on the floor was ashes. Other than that... No, sorry, that's all that stands out to me. I see. Like so? Is this your drawing, Miss Ma'am? What's wrong? Something out of place? Carlos, you need to trust your instinct if anything seems off. Don't be afraid to speak up. He's probably like, this drawing is ass. It's just, I guess I just assumed your notes would be making edits to the AR. I love her little sparkly eyes going on right here. She's so proud of herself. Well, I suppose that works too. Sorry, I didn't mean. I think your drawing was pretty good considering. I'd like to change the subject now, Carlos. What do we got? The mirror was upright, the clock was on the wall, the chair got knocked over, the bed got tossed, the cushion's torn. This is the urn. This is ashes. Where's the... I don't even see anything about a clock. Let's propose. What game settings, search terms. Right. Let's talk about the letter that was found on your desk. Letter? What do you mean? I mean, this letter here. Do you recognize it? Because the police are calling it a confession. A confession? But this is just a note to self. Pardon? Look, when we fight, I lose my temper, say things I don't mean to. So this morning I tried writing things down so I'd have a script to stick to. So I could apologize to her instead of just fighting with her. Carlos, you say in the note that you hurt them. That's... I broke her fidget tub. What the heck is a fidget tubby? A fidget tubby? Her what? Her what? Her fidget tubbies! Oh my god. They remind me of Chikawa. I'd collect them. They're these collectible ceramic character things. They're supposed to be like tactile. Use them as paperweights or conversation starters. Conversation starters. She loved those little things. They're not worth a damn. You can buy them at any flea market or garage sale, but they meant a lot to her. And I broke them. I mean, I was pissy at the time, but that goddamn piece of shit rental arm, I hardly know where I'm swinging it half the time. Got so angry I just ripped it off and tossed it in the room. That cheap, dusty, worthless... Okay, let's say he did break her Frigiduckies with his replacement arm. What does that change? Nothing at the moment. There's not enough detail in the note for me to prove what his intent was when he sat down to write it. Here, I guess we don't know, but I want to know more about these guys. Victim's personal collection was pulverized. Carlos flats replaced in prosthetic arm. Evidently, an acquired taste. I like them. They're my taste. Frustration for smashing into the victim's collectibles and hasn't worn it since. Okay. But if the police insist on claiming it's a confession for the heartbreak killings anyway, couldn't even bother to sweep them up. I felt so... Alright, Carlos, thanks for answering my questions. Now I'm gonna call the police back in here and I'm gonna get this cleared up for you. What? That's it? That's it? Okay. Though before I do that, I do have to ask, what do you know about the Heartbreak Killer? Heartbreak? You mean that cycle that was trending all month? I mean, as much as anyone, I guess. I haven't been getting out much, but I'm sure everybody's on edge. Guy like that out there. He shoots people through the heart, right? The police have kept the victim's appearances far away from any upstanding news sources. So unless he was already following the murderers, Carlos wouldn't notice any resemblance to his girlfriend. I mean, she was shot in the chest, but that's just... doesn't mean anything, does it? If he's this slow on the uptake, it's gonna be a real shock when those officers walk in here and accuse him of being a serial killer. Just have to squash that theory as quickly and definitively as possible. It is now 4 a.m. I didn't realize you could smoke in here. Technically, I can smoke wherever I want. For a fee. Damn. That's a large fee. I guess so. Nervous? Don't be. I'm the one who's on the clock. Right, I'm sure this isn't your first time doing this. No, of course not. It will be the first homicide defense, so that's... I don't know if that's... I don't know how comforting that is. Oh, why does everyone always think the first time's so goddamn important? Hey, cheer up! Got relevant experience in other areas. Oh. And, what are those? You ever gamble, Carlos? No, ma'am. I never go anywhere near loot boxes. Won't touch the stuff. I meant more like playing cards. Oh. Well then, no. That too. I've actually got pretty terrible luck. Dude, I'll say fucking getting accused of being a serial killer. Your girlfriend died. Your arm is gone for 40 days. Shit sucks. Could have fooled me. Well, what I do is a lot like poker, Carlos. Poker's nice because even if you've dealt nothing but crap all night long, you can still win. Which makes things pretty fun. Okay, so do you have a good poker face? I like to think so. And are you lucky? Only when the stakes are high. And in this metaphor, we're playing poker. And the state's the dealer? If only. No, the state's more like the house. You mean like the house always wins? Yeah. They're very good at it. Winning, I mean. That's why they're up there and we're down here. That's why they're at the house. So what do? We play the cards we're dealt as best as we can, win more hands than we lose. Keep it at oh my god, that wasn't even English. What was that? Keep it up and eventually someone will come over and tap the dealer on the shoulder and whisper something in their ear. And then we'll be politely asked to leave. Doesn't sound very triumphant. The house always wins. So our definition of victory is more like, don't lose. Thanks, Morgan. But I guess I was more asking like, what should I say? Just leave all the talking to me. So that's the strategy. What's up? You know there's a saying about gamblers with strategies? Yo, ready to confess yet? Cause I already woke up the DA. Already? She must be new. District attorneys have final say on whether or not a case is brought to trial. Only fair since they're the ones who end up having to actually prove the damn thing. Most of them prefer simple guilty pleas over long, protracted trials. Do I have any? Oh, I don't have anything. Okay. And they all dislike having their time wasted. Unfortunately, then you'll have to call them back, because my client is not guilty. And frankly, I'm not even sure you have enough to hold him here. Right. What she said. You've got a weird sense of humor, counselor. Different generations, I guess. Before my time kind of thing. That's such a halky. That's such a halky thing. That's before my time. I'm very serious when it comes to defending a man's innocence, detective. Counselor, we have your client's written confession. His written confession? Let's start there. Okay, we'll be happy to. The rest of every argument starts with the facts. It's already known and agreed upon. Public knowledge for every player at the table. It's pretty simple, Counselor. Real paint-by-numbers stuff. See, we found a note at his apartment with his fingerprints on it, apologizing for how he hurt them, all so bad. Now how are you planning on spitting that? Those are the facts, but I've been building up my hand all night. Now I've got the weapons to answer anything they try and throw at me. Well, my client did write that note and it was an apology, but not for murder. He was apologizing for... Yeah, I got this. Debris. Phew! It was this one. How do I get it in there? Was I not paying attention? It was debris. Oh, I drag it. I knew that. He was simply apologizing for this. The hell is that? Found myself asking the same question. What are we looking at? What are we looking at here? Something from the crime scene? The diagram of the room it's created. Wait, this diagram of the room it's created from data you captured, right? Pure non-GMO augmented reality crime scene data. Yeah. What's non-GMO? Not much these days. That's real. Notice anything out of place? Yeah, the whole room's full of busted shit. It's the scene of a murder. Full of busted shit for sure. But I was more referring to the unidentified ceramic debris found on the western side of the room. The hell's that? Ceramic debris, huh? Must be from the vase that got tossed. Actually, that's not possible. Oh. Because that vase... Is it fake? Wasn't damaged? Wasn't here? Wasn't damaged. It's not possible for that debris to have come from the vase. Because that vase is still pristine. How is that? How is that possible? I'm glad we are all confused. I am also confused. The lady at the garage sale told me it was so old and delicate. Damn it. The one time I try and thrift shop on my own. Well, so what? What does it even matter? If the vase doesn't have a scratch on it, then the debris must have come from somewhere else. That debris is what my client wrote that apology over. You're saying that confession was an apology for not vacuuming? I am, because that pile of rubble is all that remains of the victim's collection of Fiji Bob. Fiji Bob. Fidge attack. Fidgetubbies. What he said. Mr. Flat broke the victim's ceramic figures by accident, and this impassioned note to self was just his attempt at scripting out an apology. Can you prove that? You're taking this seriously. As much as I wish we weren't. We're all in agreement that my client wrote that note. And we can all plainly see that there's ceramic debris at the crime scene. Now, since it couldn't have come from the vase, it must have come from the collectibles. It's simple, right? What the hell are you on about? The entire room was trashed, as the arcs clearly show. Those Fidgetubbies must have gotten pulverized during the struggle, too. You really gonna claim he sat down to write an apology for breaking her toys after gunning her down? Not a bad train of thought, but I can do better. I like this. I like this fight. I like that it's... I like this. I like this a lot. No, those collectibles were destroyed much earlier than that, and there's proof. Found in Flat's room and shaking hand for his lot of guilt. Stiffen and yieldy, dusty Fidgetubby Slayer in police custody. No debris vase. What's the answer here? Well, any of it to have in state control, I get my hand, I'm not control her people that mean to shine birth from the first. I mean, I wanted you to hurt you, but I wanted to hurt you. Words aren't enough, and I'm not since I do. Please forgive me. Since currently in police custody. Oh, because he wasn't wearing it. The hand. Take that. Just take a closer look at the rental you took into custody. Huh? One swipe of your finger should show exactly how devastating it was to Fickle Buddy ecosystem. Was to the Fickle Buddy ecosystem. It's fidget tubbies. Whatever. You did take it into custody. I'm sure your techs found ceramic debris on it, yeah? Now that you mention it. Fine. Whatever. He broke them with his arm while he was killing her. Happy? Overjoyed. Because even a cheap arm's got an operating system that was locked the last time it was worn, right? Right. See, I happened to spot a footnote on the lab report. It said that rental hadn't been used since the AM. Whose side are you on, old man? I'm a genius. It's gotten pretty late, Sunshine. Just trying to save us some time where I can. Well, thank you for your service. Well, thank you for your service. Are you seriously buying this crap? Just look at how scrawled, how panicked that note is. Expect me to believe he was upset over a fidget tubby collection? One that hasn't even been graded? Somebody else likes fidget tubbies. Setting aside Detective Ray's surprising depth of knowledge when it comes to collectibles. You're correct. They held no real monetary value. It would be odd for callers to be so shaken over their loss. But so what? So what? After all, that's not panic you're seeing on that page. No. The only reason that note looks the way it does is because Carlos is right-handed. Carlos is right-handed. Yeah, I am. Did they not know that? Shouldn't that be on my permanent record or something? So the reason why that note looks like a Silent Will scribbles is just because he had to use his left hand to write it. I tend to think better writing than typing. And I need to get used to using my left anyway. Just thought it could be good practice. Taking that into account, alongside the ceramics, your slam dunk confession is looking about as watertight as a fishnet. Okay, fine. Forget about the confession. Congratulations, counselor. You've established that your client's remorseless. Now let's get back to the reality of the situation. Here are the facts. We found your client at the scene of the crime, wearing a coat covered in the victim's blood, right next to a big old goddamn gun that just so happened to have his fingerprints on it. That's right, that coat is... What, you gonna claim it's not his? That he actually wears an extra small? Just trying to bait me in her typical low-key fashion. You won't always have the stronger hand. Sometimes the best you can do is hold your tongue and avoid overcommitting. Try to lose as little credit as possible while you wait for a more favorable chance. She must have something. No sense playing into it. Something you'd like to ask me, detective? I'm just curious. What'll it be next? You gonna tell me he actually wears an extra small? Stay. Somewhere next to says Ray's. Wait. Does Ray's... No, we'll just stay, I guess. Gee, Carlos, do you? No? Yeah, sure, there's no evil twin you've forgotten to mention. There's no evil twin. No, I'm afraid not. I'm not even gonna go for a mysterious third party at the scene of the crime. To prove his innocence, I will need to get there eventually. But going there now without hard evidence... Can we prove a third party? What if I just hee hee, just in case we fuck up. I don't think we have evidence of a third party yet. Glass shards, face, debris, pill organizer, coat, revolver, victim. I don't know if we can prove a third party yet, so no? I have no evidence of a third person at this time. Damn right you don't. It's clear as day in the arcs. No evidence of anyone but Carlos being there that night. So keep dreaming. It's obvious she had something there. I wasn't gonna win that hand either way, but at least I didn't overstep and take any more damage than I had to. We're not contesting any of that, Detective. My client freely admits to holding the gun. Picked it up in confusion after coming home to find a brutal crime scene. Which was not smart. Hey. But not illegal either. And that's all. He had her blood all over his clothes. Yes, he did. Great. Do you have those clothes on hand, by the way? The lab finished with them a while ago. What are you getting at? It'll be easier to just show you. Would you mind getting them for me? You know what? Sure, I could use the fresh air. Stinks of bullshit in here anyway. In here I thought the room smelled like... Psst, Morgan. What are you doing? My coat's covered in your blood, I remember that much. So doesn't that, like, make me look really bad? Just relax, Carlos. Pretty sure that's impossible. You're innocent. And that means that having more events will always help you, not hurt you. Really? Really? Not really. Plenty of innocent people in prison. People with bad luck. Or bad lawyers. People shouldn't count on the truth to come out easy. And more often than not, it takes coaxing. What was it that reminded me of... Alright, here it is. One blood-stained jacket, fresh from the lab. So what's your angle? You gonna tell us this is actually just hot sauce? No. That would be silly. I love her. She actually thought it over. So what the hell's your point? Hey. Sorry, I just got thrown off by the turn of good fortune. What good fortune? You should thank the detective for bringing you your jacket, Carlos. She's just proving your innocence. My client was arrested for wearing this coat. He would have been wearing it at the time of the murder. It has the victim's blood on it, who we know died when she was shot in the heart. By a gun that happens to be an old-world, pre-tagging firearm. And so this coat proves he couldn't have been the shooter. Is there a gas leak in here? What world does that make any sense? Is it gunpowder? Sense happens to be the key here. Just need to draw their attention to what they can. Smell. Feel. Would you be able to smell gunpowder? We'll just save it. Just in case. What's this? Taken into custody back from analysis, but on the sleeve matches that of the victim. No other details of any forensic significance found. I mean, it doesn't look any kind of way. Smell? Just do me a favor, detective. Tell me what you smell. I don't smell anything except for dried blood. Exactly. The coat smells like blood, but it doesn't smell of cigarette. That's what I've been smelling. Yes, detective. I was smoking earlier. Could you rejoin the conversation? I've been listening. You wanted me to smell the jacket? If you would. Let's see. No gunpowder. What? What about gunpowder? Oh, don't blame yourself for not noticing. This was before your time. You can't be more than a few years older than me. But not before your partners, it seems. See, gunpowder's weak by today's standards, but it's still volatile as stuff. Hard to store, prone to misfiring. And when it goes bang, leaves behind an awful lot of evidence. The hell is she talking about, London? Modern firearms like the ones we carry use electricity, magnetism, even air pressure, sound waves. They've got more accuracy, more firepower, less recoil, less noise. And they don't leave behind any residue. Gunpowder residue? You talking my ear off about how difficult it is tracking down a gun that doesn't leave digital traces, but a revolver like this one? It'll leave gunpowder on the skin of whoever fired it for days. So then his coat, if you don't trust your noses, you can check the lab reports. I think if they had found any gunpowder on my client or his clothes, they'd have taken the time to highlight it. Well, whatever. That just means he washed off after shooting her or he changed his clothes. That's not impossible, but it would be pretty pointless. Huh? His jacket and his left hand were blood-soaked when your officers found him. Would he really go through all the effort to get rid of something as subtle as gunpowder residue? Just to get the victim's blood all over himself afterwards? In light of these details, I'd like to formally request that you consider the charges Mr. Flatt is facing as soon as possible. Well, they're faltering now. Should topple over at any moment. Letter was mostly icing on the cake for them, but that gun is all they had to link Carlos to any of the shootings. Hell yeah, Morgan, you get the ass. These good-for-nothing cops. They don't even be looking into gunpowder. So if it looks like you never actually fired the gun, I'll admit things were a little dicey there at times, but once I was able to grasp the situation, smaller pieces fell into place easily enough. Not my cleanest work by far, but overall I'd say... Did she just get a message? Wait, did they actually manage to find it? Something you'd like to share, Detective Reyes? You're good. Thank you for the hierarchy! Hierarchy! Thank you for the hydrate. And the posture check. I am no longer shrimped up on a Thursday evening. And the stretch. That felt nice, man. People need to stretch more. How are you, Aki? Twisting the truth into knots, making the facts work for you. It's our job to shrimp. Real. I wish I was a shrimp. Thanks. But your luck just ran out, because the net scrubbers found the cam active at the exact moment of the shooting, and right now, I'm staring at a photo of the killer. Oh? Wanna bet? Oh my god. We on our kakagurui. We on our kakagurui shit. Photo of the shooter? She had that, we wouldn't still be talking. But I doubt she's just pulling this out of her ass. She's got something from the scrubbers. Well, she must have something. She must be bluffing. I think she has something. I'm not sure I follow, Detective. Didn't we establish that there was an optics blackout during the shootout? Or shooting? Not shootout, my bad. Sure there was. But this isn't from optics. I lost! Good thing I held my tongue. So I thought, the scrubbers must have managed to dig up something from outside the network. Which means... Party's over, counselor. Feast your eyes on this. Dude, that's a whole lot of nothing. You can't even see who's there. Well, okay, the quality is lacking. And yet there it is. They managed to find a quarter needle of evidence in a whole city block of haystacks. What are the goddamn chances? No, with the scale the tools operate on, I guess the chances are as always in their favor. What is this, the Hunger Games? May the odds be ever in your favor type shit? Alright, this isn't good, but it's a far cry from the worst case scenario I envisioned. You could even say I got lucky, which means the stakes are... well, it's a little bit... blurry. Don't look at me, I didn't take the damn thing. Technically, no one took it. Looks like at the time of the shooting, a neighbor was on their phone. Probably venting about how crazy the couple across the way was acting. But if their phone was on, its camera would be on. And so we managed to get this shot through the window. Where to begin? Far away, unfocused, ultra low resolution, zoomed in, blurred, color shifted, and so compressed it looks like it's from another century. There are tools that could enhance this image any further, and I can count the pickles? The pixels in one hand. And you could kiss its admissibility in court goodbye. You can't honestly claim that you can identify my client from this image. And there's no way in hell you could get this past a judge. Yeah, you're probably right, we couldn't. But I think I know a DA that could. Either way, it doesn't seem like your client's leaving the station- this police station anytime soon. 480 pickles. If only. I wish I had that many pickles. That photo. What the hell's happening to me? Think I know a DA they could. To be so modest, old man. We have photo evidence of a left-handed shooter standing in the hallway at the same time the whole neighborhood heard a gunshot. And who do we know had their left-hand fingerprints all over that gun? You're referring to my client? You think? We've established he wasn't wearing his modded arm at all tonight. So he must have shot with his left. I don't know why it sounded like I said that weird to my own ears, but I guess not. Yes, and we've also established that he's weak with his left side. The left side that had no gunpowder whatsoever. Forensics will never be perfect, counselor. Sometimes we miss things. Sometimes you take a walk through the rain and when you finally get where you're going, you somehow end up dry. That doesn't mean it didn't rain. All of which is to say, before a judge or jury, photographic evidence outweighs a failed sniff test. Carlos is innocent. I know he is. But that photo shows a left-handed shooter. Carlos is innocent, that photo is real. If both are true, that means that photo doesn't show what it appears to show. So, at a loss for words? Never. I'm just confused about one thing. Where was this photo taken from exactly? Exactly? Positional data is usually accurate to the nearest public router. It was taken through the mirror. I got it. I'm so smart. I'm a genius, actually. I'm the best. I'm the best lawyer ever. If we DN and the phone's owner and ask them where, why bother with any of that? Ballistics and common sense tells us that the perp shot from the room's doorway. And the clock is still there. What time is it? What time is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. This is like 8. He would have already been gone, no? I think. The front entrance of the apartment. Wait, no, that would have been like 9. And the clock is still there. And you said the clock had fallen over, right? Let me look real quick. The photo mode at the time, the amount and quality of visibility to the markers. The clock. 1 sec. Mirrors upright, the clock was on the wall, the chair got knocked over, the bed got tossed, the cushions torn. So the clock is on the wall, the mirror is there. Howky! That red-haired lady is hot. I agree. I love you, Morgan. She's great. The front entrance to the apartment faces to the south. There's a hallway that runs back to the bedroom. Where's the clock here? I need to look at that. Boogie, organizer, art data. No unexpected DNA, no expected crumbs, no expected fingerprints, no evidence of digital tampering. Can I look at it? In this profile, this store, search term settings. I guess not. How are you, Hucky? We're looking straight at the shooter, so it's pretty obvious that this was taken from across the north window. Hold on a second. Shows the western window facing the eastern wall. Eastern window, eastern wall. This is the window it would have taken the picture from. Shoop, 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 shoop. It would have been the mirror. Slice and meat? Oh, hell yeah. What kind of meat you got? I'm doing pretty good. Solving murders, you know, the vibes. From the north? This would have been over here if it was the north window. This is the south window, no? If this is from the north, then one can we clearly see the... It's not that complicated. The neighbor who got the shot must live on the other side of the street. So we're looking into the bedroom from the north window. Wait 1 second. The wall, the chair got knocked over the bed. Okay. Northern window facing the southern hallway. Where the shooter stood. What? Huh? The shooter stood here. Would have been a window over here. There's no window over here. This isn't a window. So, okay. Yeah, I'm right. It was the mirror. I know what I'm about. I She's wrong and could seize an opportunity to start turning the tide. Incorrect. I'm afraid that's simply not possible, Detective. This photo has to have been taken from the west. What kind of bluff is that supposed to be? The good detectives are misinformed here and I need to take advantage of it. Time to press the initiative. How do you mean this was taken from the west? The autopsy tells us the victim was shot from the doorway. Your officer's ARC data tells us the precise location of everything in the room at the time they arrived. And now your photo has shown us the exact moment of the shooting. And? Raise the ante on a hand up to the current text. Answer wrong and you lose more credit, but answer correctly, and you can bank up more credit for trickier hands down the line. This photo must have been taken through the west window. As long as you consider doors upright, base. I think the statement. Let's take one look at the clock in that photo. The clock? What about it? The clock, huh? Seems like London's got an idea. If he's mistaken, I could pounce on it to keep my tempo high. So it was taken right before the shooting, so... Wait, don't tell me the time of death is wrong. So the time of death could be wrong. It's wrong, the time of death is correct. Let's save. And then let's go back. And it's autopsy. Time of death 9 p.m. Is that right? I need a clock. 9 p.m. What time is this showing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 9 p.m., right? Blurry ass photo. 9 p.m. It's the right time of death. Could be wrong. Cause of death, ballistic trauma. A single bullet pierces subject's sternum. I think time of death is right. Am I overthinking this? Just the western window facing the eastern wall. This is where the clock is, right? Do you have anything showing anything different from 9? An excellent question. I don't know. Some mirrors will take first window digital components to put data hit with the force shatter. Sweet and sturdy. Flag is irrelevant. The western window. It's a number over the top. Medications. Lab. Fingerprints. Rifling marks. No matches to any other archive forensic data. This doesn't have a time on it. Scan for sales, submitted 5 weeks ago. The mirror was upright, the clock was on the wall. We left. Carlos discarded it in frustration after smashing, currently in police custody. camera at the time of the shooting. But if we're looking at it from the window, this clock is on the opposite side then, no? I'm so confused. Because it would have been here, so this would have made the clock over here, but that's not right. Unless it was showing pshoo, clock, pshoo. I don't know if I'm thinking about this right. Reading list, profiles. Or... I'm Morgan. Holograms, shedpads, arcs. And net scrubbing. I don't think it's gonna be in there. Just gonna pencil it. This photo's taken right before shooting, so right before the shooting. I know they talked about the time of shooting earlier, but I don't remember. Terms, profiles, articles, evidence. Indie, phantoms. I don't think it would be in there. What am I missing? Time of death 9. Cause of death is a trauma class. Loss. What am I missing? Let's see. Broken standing mirror found crime scene, said mirror was low tech, and therefore scatter shards of glass onto the victim's body. Knocked over at the crime. On the far side, the western window. The case's class are surprisingly difficult to open. Witness reports have the gunshot is around 9:02 and the blackout was 8 to 9. So the time of death I think is right. We'll save. That's a good question, Detective London, but the answer is no. The autopsy, the clock, the neighbors all agreed the time of death was 9. Alright, no mistaking that. So then what the hell are you on about? There's a clock on the wall in this photo, analog style, and it reads 9 o'clock. 9 p.m. Time of the shooting. Hell's so special about that? Nothing. There's nothing odd about the time the clock reads, but do you remember there being a clock in the room? What? Actually, I don't recall there being a clock. That makes sense. You wouldn't recall seeing a clock because when the police secured the scene, the clock had already been knocked onto the floor. And the only clock in that room is in the northeastern corner. And my client has informed me that before the crime it was hung up on the eastern wall. Like so. What the hell is that supposed to be? Oh, please. It's good art, I promise. An artistic rendition. It's, very distinct. If you had information on the crime scene was before the shooting, why didn't you just add that to the arcs? Show you my hand? Just because discovery law compels us to share info doesn't mean we have to pay a fair detective. Set my mind! I'll do that now. Important thing is that that clock was on the eastern wall before the shooting occurred. Then this photo must be looking through the western window to see it. Don't start getting ahead of yourself. The victim was shot at 9 p.m. Same time this photo was taken of the shooter. But you want to claim that the clock's still on the eastern wall? When it would have been knocked down during the fight? Got your logic backwards, detective. Your precious photo shows that the room was pristine at the time of the shooting. And there's one other piece of evidence that proves exactly how the cards fell. The glass? The debris? The glass? The revolver? I think the glass, no? Wait. I'm save scumming. glass shards? What about them? Nothing much, really. Only that they're on top of the victim's body. And not under it. The glass fell on top of the victim's body. That would mean she was dead on the ground before the room got trashed. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would anyone trash the room afterwards? It's a good question, Carlos. Luckily, it's the detectives who have to delve into the minds of the criminally insane, not us. Tell me, detectives, were there any signs of a struggle at the other crime scenes? Other crime scenes? No, nothing like that. Those attacks would have been over in a matter of seconds. So what did you think when you saw the mess in the bedroom? That this was personal and things had gotten complicated. Shit happens. Mix! Hi, Mix! What are we playing? Xenoblade. Nice. Let me pachoo really quick. Oh, it's in my face. Hello, readers! My name is Yuri. I am your local goat demon. Sometimes we play story-based games, sometimes we play horror games, sometimes we draw. Like this. I made that stuff over there. How was Xenoblade? How are you, Mix? Also, I miss you. Let me shout you out real quick. Gotta go get food. Hope y'all are fun. Good luck. Okie dokie. Thank you for the read. Please go eat a good food. I hope you get to chill. If you came from Mix's Side and you don't know me, hello again. We are currently playing the demo for Of the Devil, I think it was. Let me look real quick. Of the Devil. It's kind of like Danganronpa Ace Attorney, I guess is the best way to describe it. We're trying to solve a murder, and well, you have me as your lawyer, so good luck, I guess. But also, as I said, I do art. If you are interested in maybe getting your own piece of Yuri art, I do have a VGen, and I do have comms open. Give it a look if you're interested. Back to the game. Pew! Oh, I gotta change myself again. I made myself small. Nowhere to here we go. Right in the corner, so we're not too in the way. Alright. Shit happens. Shit does happen, detective. But in this case, it seems there's been a general misconception about the order in which shit happened. So what if the room didn't get tossed over until afterwards? He still shot her. And we have a photo right here. I'm glad you do, detective. Because that photo proves my client's innocence. So true, detective. Huh? Proving that it wasn't my client who pulled the trigger is difficult. And maybe more importantly for all of us, time-consuming. Thanks to your photo, I can instead prove that it couldn't have been my client who pulled the trigger. Because the man in the photo can't possibly be Carlos. Like hell it can't. The glass shards prove that the room was pristine at the time of the shooting. And we know that until the room was tossed, that clock was on the eastern wall. Which means that this photo of the shooter was taken from the west. Back to the shit? That's impossible. The only hallway in that apartment runs from north to south. The only person with prints on that gun is your client. And the only fact that matters is that he used it to murder 6 innocent people. You're a very honest person, detective. Excuse me? That's why you're such a shitty gambler. Played your cards too early, and now I can steal the pot right out from under you. You're right about the hallway's orientation, you're right about the prints. And this HK figure has claimed 6 lives. But we aren't looking at the hallway in that photo. What? What we're seeing is... optics? No cams at the time of the shooting. Flat may have known. Victim stand-up mirror. I think it's the mirror, but I'm gonna save just in case. I live my life by the same save scum. I die by the save scum. Alright, mirror that thing. What is that? You trying to glass shards again? Sort of. By the way, do you recall where those glass shards came from? Yeah, sure, they came from a standing mirror. A mirror that at the time of the shooting stood across the room from the western window. But then that would mean at that angle from that viewpoint, it would reflect the hallway. So we're not seeing a shooter with a gun in their left hand. We're seeing a killer take aim with their right arm. But then the clock is wrong. I'm so confused. And as we all know, my client hasn't had a working right arm in a number of weeks. And he hasn't worn his rental since this morning. So I meant what I said about that photo. I'm glad that it was recovered, because it just proved my client couldn't possibly have committed this crime. The whole thing isn't flipped, just what's in the mirror. Oh, true. Thank you. I am not wise. That should be the end of it, except it looks like Detective Reyes really is a novice gambler. Sunk cost has got its teeth in her now. Clawing up her spine, whispering wounded pride in her ear. It's a cold sweat, hot palms kind of fever. The impotent, irrational fury of losing something you thought was guaranteed yours. But lucky for you, detective, I'm well versed in shock therapy. She looks pissed, dude. She looks freaking pissed. Look at her face. Meanwhile, Morgan's just chilling. She's like, life is good. Life is fine. You look dissatisfied, Detective Reyes. That's one word for it. And then allow me to put a nice bow on everything for you. In summary... Yeah. My client's so-called confession was just a note to self. The police found him in shock, reeling at the death of his girlfriend, and arrested him for being next to a gun he forensically couldn't have fired. After being confronted with these facts, he received photographic evidence of the exact moment of the shooting. And instead of utilizing said photo to track down the real killer, he tried to claim it depicted my client. A man without the requisite limb, standing in an architecturally impossible hallway. He could have had a backup arm, he could have stolen one. A little stubbornness could be charming, but this kind of desperation is ugly. Damn, get the ass. It's getting late, time to burn my fangs. A bit. That's the best you've got. Even a bare-bones prosthetic off the black market needs to be attuned to an individual's nervous system. You'd have to bring it into a clinic, which would have left a record on his shoulder OS. A record you won't find. And he'd still have to somehow have gotten rid of it before the police arrived. SOP at the scene of a violent crime calls for a full spectrum scanning of the entire building, and 100 meters around it minimum. So where, Detective Reyes, did he manage to hide a cybernetic arm from your drones in the time between the shooting and his arrest? Got Reyes. You don't know shit. Well, she's freaking pissed, dude. She got shitted on. Any objections? Detective? God damn it. Fold. We win! I love to gamble. I don't actually. I hate losing money. I hate the casino. Show me your hand, Flat. You're uncuffing me? In light of evidence, we have no reason to hold you. Now I gotta go call the DA and tell her I made a mistake. Not we made a mistake, huh? Listen, kid, you should know. Detective? Lost my train of thought. But hey, your attorney's a real tiger and she just fought like hell for you. Make sure you thank her properly. Public defense doesn't pay that well. Yeah, that's kind of you to say, detective. But my work is its own reward. This lady just likes gambling. She really do be on that kakagurui type shit. Sure. I feel exactly the same, counselor. Hi, cold! Plug. What happens now? I have to speak with the DA about the dismissal. How are you, Cold? And there's still some paperwork we'll need to go through. She's a sicko. She's just in it for the love of the game. This is just her passion, her hobby. And there's the pub. Basically, you're free to go. Congrats, you get to leave the casino with your kneecaps intact. Yay. But what am I supposed to do? Okie dokie, enjoy your Minecraft. The detectives will continue their investigation. The investigation into heartbreak, huh? Yeah. When the authorities are satisfied with their examination of the body, she'll be handed over to the next of kin. And then you can make funeral arrangements. No, that's not what I... Dan being God's bad enough, but a serial killer? It's like she died of the flu. It doesn't happen anymore. People die of flu all the time, but I know what you mean. I can't make sense of it. So what am I supposed to do? Hell if I know. There's some contacts I could give you. Services, professionals, doctors. No, you've done more than enough for me. When you got here, I was too tired to even defend myself to try and convince them that I didn't. You saved me. Thank you. You're welcome, Carlos, but it's my job to... No, I mean, thank you for not asking. For not asking if I killed her. Oh, Carlos, I didn't need to ask. I knew you were innocent from the start. Of course he was. After all. Is she the killer? What? The blood's always different? What? Heart's always in the same place. Easy to find, hard to miss. But the blood's always different. Why should what? Flowering stain unfurling towards an invisible sun. Perfectly unique bloom, only one for each of us. A Rorschach test with singular universal meaning. Vitality at its climax. Bursting forth into a red fractal consisting solely of an infinite the end. But the comical thud of a body hitting the floor has its own kind of lowbrow appeal. What? Bullet number 6 of 6. Gun's empty. It's useless to me now, may as well leave it. Feels like a waste, but whatever. Buying the ammo was almost enough of a hassle to outweigh the advantages. Could sell an untagged gun for a fair bit of cash, but cash can't buy you peace of mind. Don't look so surprised, lady. Moving around in the dark in here must have only been able to see my silhouette. Do you think I was her boyfriend back for an encore of that enthralling conversation? Can't ask her now. Hey, yeah, did you hear that? These old pieces are so goddamn loud. People aren't even familiar enough with the sound anymore to know to run the other way. Probably roused half the neighborhood, but I didn't see anything I could use. It's even a partial suppressor on the way in. Could they really not afford some throw pillows? I guess the other 5 bullets in outer spaces and small fears of blind opportunity the city's eyes couldn't think to pierce. Cramped places, usually full of trash. But this room, as cheap as it looks, is at least clean, organized even. So the corpse adds a certain satisfying contrast. What the fuck? I was rooting for you. Except... There's shit on the floor. By the window, there are broken pieces of something fragile and tacky. It's fine. It's just one thing out of place. Actually, it's not fine. It's actually really irritating. I kick over the stupid goddamn mirror. 5 perfect crime scenes, each of them not a speck of evidence, nothing to go on, and for the final shot, there just has to be some pile of shit in the corner ruining everything. Kick the wall. Something falls from it, probably more tasteless bullshit. Toss over the chair, knock the urn, tear into the sheets with my frustration and try to savor the shredding. If it can't be clean, I'll just have to lean into the messy angle. At least it will be. Consistent. This is also stupid. Honestly, I'm not the ego-driven type. In fact, I pride myself in my humility. No. Was it satisfying when the first 3 went down with single shots? Yes. But so what? I'm not made of stone. After that, I did start to actively aim for the heart, but... Ugh. Heartbreak killer? Really? Don't people have anything better to do with their time? What kind of miserable, lifeless warriors would obsess over something that's none of their business? All the threads and breakdowns and the goddamn theory crafting, and all for the heartbreak killer. Sounds like a soap opera villain. Carlos, I'm the one person who don't have to convince you're innocent. She's insane. She's insane for that. The writers were on strike. I'd feel insulted by the label, but no, that's someone else's name. They came up with it. They spread it. They marketed it. Heartbreak's got nothing to do with me. He's just some reclusive, lonely, socially impotent loser who shot 6 people because... Well, I'm sure people will come up with something. That he got rejected one too many times or whatever. And I killed those people... I killed those people because I saw them and I wanted to. And I've killed a lot more than just 6. At least the room's thoroughly trashed now. If I just walked away after seeing that mess by the window, it would have irritated me to no end. And now that it doesn't match the MO of the last 5 perfectly, it'll irritate the cops to no end instead. Good riddance, Heartbreak. You enjoy your 15 minutes in the spotlight. Really savor it. I'm going home. Air's weighty tonight. Thick. Energized. Heavily foreshadowed summer rain I can feel on every hair. They call this kind of humidity oppressive, but I disagree. Warm tension on your skin, like in those short moments just after the shower turns off when the steam lingers. Yeah, it's always most comfortable right afterwards. I disagree. I hate getting out of the shower, just like I hate going into the shower. This lady's a psychopath. Maybe there's no disagreement to be had. Oppressive things can be comforting too. Only the guilty ones run. I don't know about that, but I know I've never felt guilty about any of this. And I walk. What the fuck? What the hell? What the helly? I wasn't kidding when I said she was a sicko. Apparently, she truly is just in it for the love of the game. On 2 sides. Sorry, using my left still. It's okay, just initial those spots. Took a scenic route home courtesy of our fine city sprawling public transportation gone a bit after 11 p.m. Added myself a thorough shower, drank a glass of milk, did some stretching. Oh, is that why she was smoking? To cover the smell of gunpowder, do you think? Made sure my phone was on. Time went by evenly. Around 1:40 a.m. a posting for public defender work came up. Decent rate since it was so late and so urgent. I had wagered correctly that the boyfriend would have enough sense to ask for a lawyer and enough debt that he'd need to be provided one. All I had to do was stay awake. There wasn't much competition after 1 in the morning. Okay, where else? Here and here. How did I phrase it earlier? Criminal defense attorneys aren't exactly flush with customers. Why wouldn't I take on a job where I already knew more than the cops? It would have been easy to convince Carlos to plead out. I would have gotten paid the same too. But easy is dangerous. Carlos was, of course, innocent, so his conviction would never be airtight. There would be doubts, questions, appeals, maybe even fans, depending on his looks. More attention on HK and his crimes. More headaches. A cold case running in the very far back of the public's awareness is always preferable to one open and shut in haste. Now with no more murders matching HK's MO, there won't be any additional public pressure to find a culprit. Now Heartbreak can just starve to death out of sight and mind like any other fluke in the system. Almost done. Getting involved with the case this intimately does have its risks. Hell, I might have even overdone things here or there, like lighting up a smoke inside an interrogation room just to make doubly sure I didn't smell of gunpowder myself. That London fellow seemed more fixated on it than I would have liked. But obviously everything turned out rosy, and it's worth it for the finality of it all. Seeing the authorities' failings from the beast from the best seat in the house, that's just a bonus. Thanks again, Morgan, for everything. I'm sure Diana's grateful too. Funny. I didn't even know her name. But how come she's killing people that all look the same? Something the matter? No, sorry, it's just... I was mad when I left the apartment. I know she was too, so when she died... Death was instantaneous, Carlos. I can't imagine that she was in any pain. In fact, I can guarantee she was dead before she hit the ground. No, I know, but... I just keep thinking that she must have died angry at me. That she must have died hating me. Tell you the truth, Carlos, there's something I've been wondering about myself. What is it? Something I noticed in the ARC's data that I didn't quite understand. A piece of the puzzle I couldn't fit in anywhere else. But maybe you can make sense of it? Where'd you find that? That pill organizer was found on the victim. She had it grasped in her hand when she died. Obviously the police added it to the ARCs, but it was quickly ruled irrelevant. Seemed like it contained Triprexisone? I cannot pronounce that to save my life. Prescribed to help modders with phantom itches. They're small tablets, and those are tricky clasps too, for a pill organizer. Could be hard to handle with an unsteady hand. No one will ever know what she was feeling when she died. Even if they did, feelings are complicated. You can feel angry, happy, and sad all at the same time. But as far as facts are concerned, it would appear that when she died, what she was doing was sitting out your medications for the week. To my eyes, anyway. I don't understand Morgan at all. I don't understand her. Long night. It was too far just now. Practically rubbing it in his face. It's not like I care about his feelings. I doubt I'll ever even see him again. But overstepping like that is pure hubris. And hubris invites a downfall. So why? Why did I even bother? It was the last piece of the puzzle, I suppose. I'll just need to show more restraint next time. Though there won't be a next time for the heartbreak. The gun's in custody. There's no more bullets left. There won't be a 7th victim. There won't be any more leads to pursue. The media will move on to their next obsession. I'll move on to my next MO. I kinda love her, but also she's crazy. And no one will ever found you. District Attorney Rockford. Sorry, can I try that again? Oh my god, I love her. I'm so fried. By all means. Oh my god, I love her. Oh my god. I love her. Counselor Morgan. Morning, noon, or night. You're always so put together. Thank you. I don't get it. How do you sleep at night? Pardon? You do white noise? Aromatherapy? Whatever you're doing, I need to steal it. God. I must have bags under my eyes dark enough for the dumpsters. Assistant District Attorney Emma Rockford. She's a prosecutor, lawyer who argues for the state in court, trying to prove a defendant's guilt. Oh wait! Is this why? I see. She's in love with her. And despite her sometimes unkempt appearance, she's probably the sharpest person to fill a position in decades. I should know, since I haven't beaten her once. Instead, she has the remarkable ability to compartmentalize all that adversarial energy and only bring it out in the courtroom. It's part of what makes her good at her job. And hard for me to read. Should I buy a new mattress? What have they got you doing at this ungodly hour, Emma? Oh, well. Actually, I'm here for you. Me? Your client was a suspect in the heartbreak killings? That's my case. Well, then you must have been relieved finding out that you won't have to go to trial against me. No. Why would I be worried about going up against you? It's always the unintended barbs with her. So you're working with those detectives? Yeah, London and the new girl. Reyes. They've been reporting to me in preparation for trial. Preparation for trial? That seems ambitious. I guess they gave you the rundown. They've been doing everything they can, but it's hard to catch a killer who leaves behind so little. It's hard to kill while leaving so little behind. So, Reyes told you they had HK in custody and you popped out of bed all excited to run down here? Hardly. I haven't slept in 40 hours. I love her. Too much on my mind. So when I heard about a case with a single female victim shot through the heart, yeah, my ears perked up. That's about all. Oh? I mean, Carlos Flad? A serial killer? The same serial killer that's outsmarted the state for weeks? He's not using his middle name. He was found with a murder weapon, but I can answer that any number of ways. Should we just go with the photo? I feel like that's gonna make me get in trouble, but it's fine. That may be true, but then I glanced at the report. You glanced at it? No gunpowder residue on him or his clothes. Right. Too remorseful, too apologetic in that note. Whatever it was about. His dominant arm, modded. With documented sensitivity issues. Never could have made shots that clean. Not without getting close enough to leave scorch marks. Not to mention, he's too tall for ballistics entry angles. And probably too heavy to not leave imprints. Did you call that from a glance? But I'm sure a competent lawyer like yourself pointed all that out in the minute you walked in here. Yeah, I totally did. Of course. Worst part is she's not even being sarcastic. Yeah, of course, it could have been him. Long-term relationship, physically imposing, argumentative, still not the type to bottle things up. He didn't match the profile. Profile? Yeah, right, sorry, you've probably never heard of it. Don't know what a goddamn profile is. A profile is a reconstruction of a criminal psychology based on evidence from their crimes. Kind of fallen out of fashion for the last few decades. Not much of a guess about the why, but 99 times out of 100 who is caught on camera. Or before they even leave the house. I had to find some real fossils and oddballs to get advice on how to go about it. This just makes me want to watch Criminal Minds. Oh. Those people battling cages. Mapo tofu. Carry a tune. I like how it's different. There's one for Morgan and one for Heartbreak. February 13th, 165, Opaz, Coffee Toffee, Hot Couture, Sunburn, Dead Pixels, Ice Train, Benedict, Plays Chess, Shogi, Idol, 7 stars, Cat Person. Yes. Checks out. Profiling. Gamble. But I think I'm getting the hang of it. Well, at least this Heartbreak Maniac will slow down now that he's lost his weapon. He didn't lose it. He chose to leave it behind. That tells me he's confident he can do just fine without it. And it makes me even more certain that these aren't his only kills. Were there other shootings with the same MO? No, not that I found. Other victims that fit the description? No. But I'm not overly focused on the victim's appearance anyway. I mean, these 6 victims all look like each other, but they also look like a lot of people. That's true. Well, they kind of look like me. Do they? Sure. What, you don't see it? I haven't thought about it. Point is, no one can kill that cleanly when it's their first time. Getting things that perfect takes practice. So I know that HK must have had a lot more than 6 occasions to practice, Morgan. And that's why I think Heartbreak is a misnomer. I've got something catchier in mind. I just don't think shooting them in the heart has any particular significance. If anything, it's a testament to their accuracy. And their cold-blooded efficiency. Best possible use of 6 untagged bullets. 6 kills guaranteed, no matter what kind of life support mods they were packing. Their real signature is the bullets or the gun. It's the perfection. That's hard to wrap your head around. I'm saying that these 6 murders were just a fluke, a slip-up, a mistake. The truth come out. You're gonna get got. You're gonna get got by Emma. Exactly, a mistake. They got too clean, too efficient, now they've got the public's attention. It's no wonder they're so pissed. You talk about the crime scene? Yeah, probably threw the detectives for a loop, right? Based on what you've said, I don't blame them. Whoever trashed that room doesn't seem like the smooth operator you've been describing. On the contrary. I don't follow. This was the last bullet, their last shot. The other 5 were perfect, so if anything was out of place this time around, they must have thrown one hell of a temper tantrum. Dude, she's got her down to a T. She's like, she just knows. You make them sound like a child. Childish. And cowardly. And two-faced. Someone who hates to lose almost as much as they love to win. Your profile tell you all that? That? No. That part's just takes one to know one. So this profiling, it's some kind of investigative technique. Theory is that a crime can tell you something about the nature of the person who committed it. Stabbing, overkill, points to passion, rage, lust, they probably knew their victim. Poison and guns, meanwhile, just can't overpower their victims physically. And then there's the things you can assume about nearly all serial offenders. Childhood trauma, prior criminal record, fewer no meaningful attachments. There's a lot of recurring themes in their stories. Detectives say HK doesn't leave evidence. This is literally just Criminal Minds to me right now. I love that show. I love you, Spencer Reed. I love you, Garcia. So how much can his crimes possibly tell you? That he's diligent, almost perfect, highly intelligent, painstakingly organized, and with enough criminal connections to get his hands on an untagged firearm. It's rare to see her this animated outside the courtroom. It's almost like she's enjoying herself. Sheltered house cat who's picked up the scent of a mouse for the first time. A lone wolf, educated, but all her playfully lethal instincts coming to life. Probably overqualified or undervalued. Though I'm not thrilled about the fact that in the metaphor I would be the... You know what I mean? Definitely. And considering the marksmanship, the detective said that HK would have needed insider information on optics. So does that mean Heartbreak's in law enforcement? Never in 10 billion years. Oh. Antisocial, independent, despises authority. That'd be like a stallion applying for a job at a merry-go-round. They'd be kicking kids in the head after the first full rotation. Right. That's exactly how I'd put it. Must be some connection to police, though. Maybe secondary or tertiary? Dude, Emma's just got Morgan just locked down. She's like, just knows everything. Types can't help but insert themselves. Insert themselves? I do not. I don't do anything even resembling that. Wait, if HK is not a cop, how do they know about the blackout timing? Crime meta statistics analysis, probably. Pardon? Take the emergency response times from across the city and map them out. Look for brief spikes and delays, chart out the dips in... Sorry, technical, I know. But all the requisite data is publicly available. With a map, a spreadsheet, a calculator. Anyone could reverse engineer the timing if they wanted to. That is such an unpleasant thought, Emma. So to summarize, you're looking for a cold-blooded, faceless, perfectionist killer who you think has no persistent MO or victim type. In a city with an 8-digit population? Well, good luck. I don't need luck, I only need more information. Well, I'm sure the city would be happy to provide you with more resources. No, Morgan, I need more crime scenes. Oh. Sad truth is, Heartbreak walked away today, I'd never catch them. Only way my net narrows is if they keep piling up bodies. Not a very fair trade, is it? No, it isn't. I feel like getting screwed over is a given. It's a deal with the devil. That's me. Fair enough. Oof. Okay, that round was pretty morbid and detailed. I need to get out more, or sleep less, but harder? You think a higher thread count would help? Don't worry about it. I'm always happy to listen to you ramble. It's a lot more pleasant than having to face you in the courtroom. Sorry, but that's the adversarial process. So no hard feelings, yeah? No hard feelings. We're both just doing what we do. I could use a cup of coffee. How about you? Don't tempt me. If I'll sleep face first on the table, I won't even take a picture. Okay. Just don't expect this to make a difference next time we're at each other's throats. Heartbreak won't claim any more victims. 2 weeks, the media will have moved on to the next sensation. And the police will have moved on to cases they actually stand a chance of closing. That's what people do. But Emma is different. She'll set it aside and work a dozen other cases, never bringing it up. But a private corner of that frustratingly sharp mind of hers will continue to whittle away at it. Never finishing, but never quitting either. So I can't afford to take my eyes off her. As long as that's the case, I may as well try to enjoy the view. Duh, end. That was fun, I liked that. My eyes. Who's this? This is a warm android? Which means you're going to be living with my friend for a while. For how long? Sorry, I don't know. There's no need to look that upset over it. My face barely moves. May as well have been a blatant pout from where I'm sitting. Gay. Real. Yeah, like that. This friend of yours, they're trustworthy? Absolutely. In fact, I trust them more than anyone. Hey, come on, it'll be fun. Really? Really. Educational, too. I think you could stand to learn a lot from someone like Morgan. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. It's only made by like a couple people. Look at all these people. Kill Jill VT. That's a VTuber. And he shall appear. To be continued in. You're the smartest person I know, Morgan, when it comes to people. Personally, I think it's cool to bring something that flawed into the world. You're a criminal defense attorney and we're at a crime scene. I think I can guess what happens next. You've never stolen anything. That wasn't already compromised. Work hard and the company will have you set for life, and after 2... Can't you tell them any— Ooh. Ooh. I like them. And a fat signing bonus. So that's not just a lawyer job thing. You dress like a doorman on the weekends too. Ooh, I like you. The company wheels don't stop spinning for anything. Can't hope to keep this quiet for very long. But it's a million times more likely than the alternative. The heartbreak could ever stop themselves from killing. Father said that you owed him. I don't do anything out of the goodness of my heart. But when I take a job, I never half-ass it. Of the Devil. Episode 1. An idle mind. I thought it was idle hands, but I guess an idle mind works. Man, I was way off. Thinking of the arm is just killing people by itself. I should have known. There was no way for me to know. How would I know that she was the killer? That was crazy. I liked that. 6 profiles. 18 key terms, 17 pieces of evidence, 30 credits. Congrats, you finished episode 0. Concept art and bonus scenarios. You also have 30 remaining store credits to spend on phone charms. Oh, phone charms! She was very slay. Literally very slay. I liked it. I liked that. We'll have to play episode 1. At some point. At some time. One day. I want to play episode 1 someday. But I think we are gonna end stream there. Let me see who's live. Or if anybody's playing this? Let's see if anybody's playing this first, actually. Excuse me. Have little interviews with the characters. We'll have to do them next time. Just because I gotta go to the store a little bit. I'm the only person playing of the devil, apparently. Okay, let's see what else people are doing. What are the people up to? Ow. Why would you do this? This is sick and twisted and cruel. An unusual punishment. Thank you for the head pat. Oh. Glad you liked it. Thank you for the recommendation. I did like it. It was very fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Maybe Deltarune? Do you guys want to go see Deltarune? Or what else we got here? Minecraft. Mario. Oh, actually, you guys want to go see Mario? We can do some Mario. Some Mario. Or unless there's somebody you guys would work. I don't know who to raid. People are playing Helldivers. Or Obscure. Claire Obscure. Out of mind, out of sight. What is this? Want to watch more Yuri? But that isn't possible right now. I'll be back tomorrow though. Maybe some co-working. Is there any work you guys have to get done? There's a lot happening on the screen right now. I wish somebody else was playing this game. I would have liked to read them. It's a whole day away. It's just tomorrow. It's just tomorrow away. I don't know who to raid, guys. I'm at a loss. Do you guys want to look at art? You want to look at a horror game? I'm gonna do a horror game. Let's do a horror game. Maybe. Unless somebody says otherwise. I'm not dedicated to the horror game. I think we'll do the horror game. Alrighty, we're gonna read this person. There is a raid message for if you are subbed. There is also a raid message for if you are not subbed. And then I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll play some DBD, because it's been a while since we played DBD. But now we still have to find a game to long play. I'll find something. I'll find something for us. Thank you for the head pat, son. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys. Thank you for the game wreck, Morgan. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Aki. Goodbye, son. Goodbye, Cold. I think Cold is lurking, but still, goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. Until next time. Bye, Akito! Goodbye. We need to get Split Fiction. I want to play that at some point. Alright. My throat hurts. Just kidding, it doesn't. I'm being dramatic. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!